Finder is a real estate company that focuses on property development within the Gambia. We pride ourselves with providing not just quality and durable houses, but also state-of-the-art designs tailored to our clients' tastes and expectations. Our unique experience and expertise is second to none in the industry. We are currently building and selling 3-bedroom bungalows at Sukuta Traffic Lights and Jabang. We're also building and selling 3-bedroom story buildings at Sukuta Paradise. Other sites are also in the pipeline. With CareFinder, payment options are available. With just 40% deposit, you can get your house started. For more information, contact us on 329-5188, 727-0049, 709-8418. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram at CareFinder. With CareFinder, you are assured of a secure investment.
Nyatimbu ntemu APS leti. Ndemu APS leti. APS Gambia lemu APS ti. Katun APS is 100% Gambian.
Bari nyatimbu ete kufuri mbala kentala ni. Ke nyatimbu ntari taba futu wola. At least ya fonte ko APS min kullo balbiji. Imo fon fonya fon ka fonyo ko ibinado ibodo ko APS jam fane mo fana fonya nyatimbu. Yo mi fo enta sija. Ndanga moyro ko APS wallet isa ko do kinu. Min tata fa wuli muan ime charge fenna wala nta sindi ja
ako natimbo nkoy ko kabo transuto kata wala fa wuli muan ite fenne dola womu zero file bitun kabo wo 20,000 la ka sele sal ike tam ike charge mun fa abuka fensi 1% da malam lati
wota yara gamen no be nyanta wala kana APS wala tele mobile ko do ki ibadi ngol
yaje ni APS kabrin nan credit ko to bari min kun mayata bet wala fa mo kas pawat ni suto be during suto be dibinin abe tema biti kol sonda ila APS mobile lo sika ni asika to ya safe da men ko fen ko atondi nawek ha ni oto je nyamen do tachi ama ni ama do abanta ila kas power isa hawasima ajibe free joriti je
wata mbaden gameno albe sito wulle fisiyata alna leta APS wallet yela lambaylo kon APS wallet nyaata doro barin koto nim fata do suko kon to
dañu be fono le mol ñala jam nim fata do suko kon mbafole
basiti je mbita ndo register jede kadu sa APS 100% namuti
APS 100%
APS
Gambia 100%.
defee àjjuma bu nekk rek su ñëwee toog fii dañ leen di indil grand guest ci grand show bi nga xam ne mooy ñëw àjjuma bu nekk on a grand Friday kon amaat kontante ak mbégte suñ gan bi am tey gan gu màgga koo xam ne macha allah ndeysaan liggéeyam yëpp pour askan bi la liggéeyam yëpp pour Gambia la te buñ on belee guest yi ñëpp di ngeen ne kii ku ñu waroon a dégg la parce que yàgg na dégguñ ko o yàgg na amuñ ay waxtaan yu mel ni ak moom te ci time biñ nekk ni foog naa ne am na importance torop pour ñu waxtaan ak moom pour ñu fàttalewaat suñ boppa fi ñu jógee ak fi ñu toll lu am solo la moo tax ñu ne duñ def dara rek ni ngeen koy bëggee rek yéen mi nga xam ne yéen a ñooy toppa dañ leen di indil ay mbir yoo xam ne moom ngeen di bëgg a dégg ay mbir yoo xam ne moo leen saxal mbir yoo xam ne moom ngeen di laam-laamee moo tax tey duñ def dara rek indil leen ki nga xam ne moo nekk Uncle Kebba Jome mi nga xam ne moo nekk jógee ci Victime Center bi mooy national coordinator bi Victime Center kon li ñuy def rek Uncle Kebba ñu bàyyi la nga nuyoo ak askan bi nga xam ne ñoo ñuy seetaan balaa ñuy dugg ci waxtaan bi.
waaw jërëjëf Néné maa ngi leen di leen jërëjëfal di wane suma kontaan mu teew ci programme bi tey pour waxtaanee lu jëm ci affaire victime si ak yi nga xam ne ci ay teexa la xam ne ñu ngi ko jàppanteel ba pare ak lan naka la ci taxawee wax naa pareel ngeen ma man tam pareel naa leen bu leen ma pareel naa leen. kontaan naa lool di wish everybody Juma Mubarak. di wane suñu kontaan ci kër Fatou tam. seen programme bi dañ ko di follow. jërëjëf ma di raw every Friday.
dégg nga yow ay kii follow ya yow a supporter because gën di ñoo gisee gën dañoo wax waaye yow da nga ma dee gis.
So keep it up.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jome. Thank you so much. Yow di la jaajëfal rek ci sa liggéey bu rafet bi ngay def on behalf of the platform and all my panelists as well. Depuis bi nga jàppee bàyyiloo parce que liggéey bi ngeen di def du liggéey bu neex du liggéey boo xam ne da ngeen di def cause yi waxtaan on nga travel padi am dugg ci moto. wax bi mu àndal coow bi mu àndal ak méttit bi mu àndal rek ngir ñi ngeen di jëflanteel loolu rek. trauma boppam la loolu rek méttiti boppam la kon boobu de commencé ngeen ko te dëkk yéen a ci téye rek di leen di jaajëfal kon naa ne li olof di wax rek ñay danga koo ñaanal gudda fan doo ko ñaanal rëy kon yéen dañ leen di ñaanal gudda fan yàlla bàyyi leen fi aar leen iir leen li ngeen di def di déglu victime si rek di leen dalal rek loolu rek dara la parce que am na kenn mënuloo koo fajal waaye déglu ko rek mu jooy nga ne ko massa loolu noonu seddal na xol te loolu day indi yaakaar day yokk ngóom kon Mr. Jome li ñuy def rek mooy dugg ci waxtaan bi victimes yi and suñ ne victimes yi Gambia dañoo victims of Jammeh's 22 rule ñun ñëpp réerawuñu mbéy na nangu nañ ne it was a dictatorship it was under a brutal rule killings enforced disappearances arrests torture lu bare xew na ñu na dégga la na du dégga am na du am ñu ne ay foreigners ñooy ñëw di ko def ñu jógee biti ñoo ñëw di ko def ba bi TRRC bi sasoo ñu soog a réalize ne ka ko doon def sax ki nekk suma génnee suma kër fa la di ka ko doon def la ki may toogal di ataaya la ka ko doon def la ku ma xam la ku ma yaroon dool la ku ma bokkal school ñëpp nag jaxle si ne digga ndax ñun africain bi mun nañoo defante lu ñun Gambien mun nañoo defante loolu waaye again fast forward ñu ñëw ne TRRC passé na ñu gis la fa xew yëpp liñ wax ne moo xew ñëpp ñu nareet ko du ñëpp nag ñoo mënoon a ñëw foofu noonu waaye TRRC bi ñu def a report there was a white paper there were recommendations right and until tey lan nga ñu mun a wax in terms of recommendations yooyu noonu TRRC bi but first gis nañ TRRC bi ñaata victims lañ lis ñoom waaye notwithstanding xam naa ne victim center bi ñoom afterward ñoom liñ record as to victims moo gën a bari mën ngaa njëkkee foofu noonu balaa ñoo dugg si recommendation TRRC bi.
waaw jërëjëf laajte boobu kontaan naa ci lool victim center ñu ko sos immediately bi fi Yaya Jammeh bi. Yaya Jammeh mu ngi fi jógee around the 22nd or 23rd of January.
Right.
Then immediately a week after 7 victim families di la ñëw together. dañ leen gannaaw Jammeh nekkatu fii. te dañ yàqoon suñu yee def why not we form an association or an organization so that we collectively pour xeexal suñu justice.
parce que mbooloo
mooy doole. lii moo indi the idea of the victim center. So those families started it, then they engaged human rights activists, engaged the Minister of Justice and other philanthropists, and the idea to register it as a CSO, with the advice of the former Minister of Justice, Bantaba. Biñ demee ci moom la leen wax ne try leen ngeen form an association. Once you are registered, legally recognized, da ngeen mën a xeex seen xeex te doo leen am benn jafe-jafe. So ci lañ register the center in April 2017. So they started with a very small number, no office, no staff. They just were meeting on a weekly basis. Then later on, Amadou Kebba Jome, a high-profile victim, Kilalen allocate one of his residences Oakland guy started as an office.
Yes, sir.
No salary, nothing. So that's where the mobilization started. We started document victims, calling victims to come and register so that they are part of the association. So this is how it all started. Then later on, as things were evolving, here in our office, we employ staff, then some programs. But one thing more, I'm solo. We are non-political. I mean, any party of affiliation.
Okay.
Then the other thing is government has never given us even a time
Since the inception.
In other countries, victim centers and other organizations or victim-led organizations, they get funding from the government, they support from the government, a subvention, yearly subvention from the government. But for us, it's like, no. For one reason or the other, we've tried to engage the president on a number of occasions, have a tete-a-tete or a discussion with him. So that again failed. So up to now, even yesterday I was in touch with the press officer, I mean, to see whether we can have the president visit us as part of the current
The tour.
Because the president gave a promise that he's going to visit the victim center. We are newly established. Up to now, it has not happened. So,
since being set up in 2017.
Promise
so,
you said. Minister of Justice, we had a discussion with him. While the president will visit me, so what if you have exactly the victim center? Because I'm correct, there are some quarters they believe in you, we are politically linked with the opposition also.
But how?
Yes. So I'm correct. Why? What we wanted is for the president to come to the victim center. No, Jakarta victims make a national apology on behalf of the former government.
Now, the national apology, that was part of the TRC recommendation.
Exactly. Up to now, it hasn't happened.
That has not happened.
So the moment the president comes out and apologizes nationally, you televise for the start the hearing process, the kickstart the reconciliation process, but the Gambians, then they go balalante.
Okay.
So this is what we wanted from the president. Try and president be Muntasoti. We tried the head of the security institutions, the chief of staff, the army, the inspector general of police, the head of the PIU, and we met all of them to see whether they can make their respective apologies. But again, that also failed.
So you didn't have Midland and had consultations with them.
And you make an apology on behalf of your men. That also could have helped. Why do them up to now out? So coming to the TRC, we've seen the TRC for 3 years. They were supposed to be here for 2 years. And the government promised that they'll give them $286 million.
From the start. Yeah, that was the pledge.
For the TRC. That was the pledge. But when they started, government gave them an advance of $50 million for the victims' reparations. So that was way back in 2018. So since then, not a dime has been added to that. So what happened is, TRC, when we send investigations, they documented about 2,600 cases. So out of that 2,600 cases, 1,009 were eligible for reparation. So new TRC, because of 50 million to home, 50 million more yellow 13 million for fighting under the water fighting. New bullet talking, new bullet Senegal, new fighting within the country. Some of the victims, Dunda, the Pajafe, school fees, TRC took some money from that 50 million, amounting to 13 million for victims as interim reparations. So when the TRC, we know the report and the recommendations for the reparations as well, they were left with only 33 million. 33 million we, the two people have the Hamun one, Killer guys start to strategize, create a criteria. Lolu mo indi
37 million or 33 million. You said they used 13 million.
37 million. 37 million, yes.
37.
So, 37 million more, killer guy talk, wow, out of the 1,009 victims, how do we make so that they get what is right for each of the categories of violations? Children decide for people who lost their family members, they'll be given about $600,000. For enforced disappearance, it's 500,000. Then the other categories of rape and all the other torture and the others, detention without trial, they decided on how much each of those categories will get. So after doing that, they realized that the money will not be enough. So they decided that for those whose reparations is below 50,000, you have over 50,000, you just let check. They have like TRS. So for how suppose over 50,000, then you advance in 19%. So 81% outstanding balance. So you just learn receipt. This was in 2021 October. So the promise was by 2022, government will pay the balances.
And you will settle the rest.
And they settled the rest. 2022, 23, 24. It was in 25 that they set up the reparations commission. So for 4 good years, the victims were waiting with their balances. Some they lost their receipts. Some of them have passed away. Just last 2 weeks, last 2 weeks we lost about 4 victims who are waiting for reparations. So many victims. In fact, we documented a list of victims who passed away. It's about 170 something. And they died
From after the after the TRS.
From the inception, including in November 1994 and all those victims. Together is 170 something people. But there is a long list of people who passed away waiting for reparations from 2021 to date. So definitely Taurus, and coming back to the issue of reparations, when they set up the commission, in the league, nguur gi jox nañ leen 30 million. 30 million lañ leen jox for this current year. 30 million, 10 million is for the commissioners and their operations. So 20 million is for the victim trust fund. That account has been opened at the central bank. Betay,
Halis Dugan.
Betay, Halis Bank, where the President Commission.
They said Halis buffer. That's what
They said no, it's already confirmed that government doing it. But since we go to a lady, the victims in the heart. Every day, and then call good anytime, Mr. Jom, kind of, they must be no more call.
Imagine the amount of calls in the receipt. I didn't get
I would call it, I would weekend, I would do it anytime. Then they call, they call, the call it. Before you knew, I want to go have a little new call. Meeting a lot. Remember, the chicken meeting more funny last week. Gis nañ ne Minister of Finance wax na ne Yahya Jammeh alalam bi ñu jaay dem na about 1 point something billion mu ngi central bank 1 point something billion dollars.
Halis Bank Central Bank.
mu ngi central bank. Ñun victimes yi ñu ngi nii suñu reparations ba tey mënuñ ko am. People are dying. So moo tax last week interview we were like, what is our opinion? We are very much dissatisfied with the way things are going. Because government don't want to set up a TRRC, 286 million. You end up giving them only 50 million. The 50 million being just TRRC. Senegal, donation from Senegal. Donation from Senegal. So, like what a benefit I'm saying, that another amount. Why 50 million go to regular TRRC? Victims no regular amount. So, the 20 million being good for this year. So ci génné balance rek du doy sax ñu wara fay sen balance
81% see that's
so collated together is more than $20 million. What are the Reparations Commission right now? We talk, we say that we strategize, we a compensation policy, to guide them to end up with the amount that is available. Because they were anticipating at least because the way government operates is in 2022, they put in over $100 million for reparations. But because of the reparation commission was not established, that money was diverted.
Somewhere else.
Yeah. 2023, the same thing. 2024, the same thing. So 2025, instead of putting up another 100 million, they reduce it to 30 million. And I understand that the next year budget is also about 30 million for the commission.
So apparently people, 30 million, they do, well, 20 million.
20 million.
20 million do it. So,
Okay.
it's almost end of year.
Exactly.
Because start going to repair. Why, even so, then soon got on end of November, let's say into December, right? Still didn't have new hair, new desk. Or maybe you just a certain percentage and they all have to wait again for the rest of the percentage.
Exactly.
And that has to go to next year.
Exactly.
And you cannot ascertain, or there is no guarantee that you didn't the next year for what a job.
There's no guarantee about that because last 2 weeks ago, we lost about 4 victims. You don't have seen reparations. So definitely Halis been for tutti. You government amount at least you settle balances. You owe balances, let them settle those people. So if you because they happen more when they were they don't have same strategy categorizing of these reparations. Because of the amount of money being they excluded a lot of people who should have been given reparations. But because of the amount is not enough, about 1,591 people were put aside.
Wow.
Who were not given a time. So now the reparation commission, what they are going to do is once they settle these balances, they have to go and revisit the TRRC criteria. Said in Johoton, Luta Johulen, you said that change the type of violation they suffer. So many people will tell you when they're not TRRC, take nine more, definitely watch on Madara. So Lita Moy, TRRC, Amun will have it. So we have category, we have a strategy. A criteria about how many so more time the reparations commission they have a big task. So I'm not saying I may have it settle, then they have to revisit the criteria. But the other thing is how many victims they did not come forward to register.
Yes.
With the TRRC as well as with
the victim center.
So the reparations commission is going to register new victims as well. So those new victim stamps, you can register, then say whether they are eligible for reparations or not. If they are eligible, they also have to be given some reparations. So this is why the government said the reparations commission will be in place for at least from at 5 years we get ahead. Then you said that like extend it. So we expect now before the 5 years get, you were reparations. So, but one
why leave? So in 5 years, why start in time? Because imagine a time when you were on
April 2025.
Exactly.
Yes,
you understand? So, but then it's going to run 5 years from April. Okay. Then that makes it 5 years from April. Hopefully, all will be registered. You know, and then possibly they amat new funds for job.
Exactly.
But then again. Remember nañ fi amoon na time bi ñoo scout for xaalis ak yooyu noonu ñu ne kër Yaya Jammeh bi nekkoon America Potomac bi resident bi jaay nañ ko and American government dañ téye woon xaalis boobu noonu and the expectation was that it was going to be put towards the reparation for the victims.
Exactly.
What is the status of that money?
Exactly, that's a very good question. In fact, I was going to come to it. Li gën a important mooy that kër boobu jaay nañ. So when ko jaayee the American government made it categorically clear ne xaalis boobu di ko jox government of the Gambia for one reason or the other. So ñu ne dañ ko joxe unless the reparation commission bi taxaw ba pare ñu jox leen seen account number ñu deposit that money into the account. So the reparations commission bi biñ leen suwee in April try leen bi ubbi leen a dollar account at the central bank.
Right.
So the information about the account, the details of the account has already given to the American government. We were notified the American embassy, and now the new hard money new deposit for Halis. So Halis Bobu is about $2.something million.
Okay.
So the Lusun Kojote Mom, the victims in law, and the reparations commission with them. So the Soko Yoke, Soko converted into $100 something million.
Well, it was not $3 million, it was 2 point something.
In fact, it was supposed to be 3 million.
3 million, yeah.
Because there are some charges
that occurred.
Okay.
Okay.
And at the same time, government took some to repair and make maintenance of the DC office in New York. The government embassy. Yes, some money was allocated to maintenance that office. And the rest is 2.2 or 2.3 million. We don't know exactly nyatala. So lulu ñu wara jox to the Liberation Commission. Right
so
now,
maintenance of an office is more important than reparating victims, and they keep on dying.
The thing is, so we say, because American government, we decided that in the Gambian government, the victim center, in fact, I was the one who drafted that letter. We wrote a very lengthy letter to the Secretary of State in America, copied to all the American embassy and all diplomatic missions, stating that the sale of that Potomac residence of the former president, the proceeds should be given to the victims directly. This was our stance. So this is why they decided when the compound was sold, after all the deduction and all the everything, they decided that we are not going to give it to the government.
I tell that bit the
by now you could have been saying a different story altogether. Busken Hamut, because you are going to have a TRC, with all the importance, with all the revelations, 286 million. 50 million advance. The TM nga am loolu ba tey joxe ko dara bi di nga doole 30 million de reparations li ñoo wax ne the political will of the government for the victims nekku fa.
Misplaced priorities.
I
am gutted to understand you even touching, even if it was $5 to put it in a maintenance and repair.
Put aside some money to repair.
I am pissed about it.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Had it been that the American government is in the stance of holding that money until the reparation account is ready, by now a different story than going to be.
So now quickly, if ne halis bobu mukfa and reparation commission be set up name, swear name in ubinain account, you understand? Do they have an office now, operation office?
Of course they have an office.
Oh, exactly.
They are at the immediately after the Palmarima roundabout. That logistics station.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's story building there on the second floor.
That's where they are.
So in fact, there is a meeting I was supposed to attend today, but I had to delegate somebody.
Yeah.
About restitution and that.
Right. So the expectation would be the highest Buddhist. Let's say 2.7, 2.5.
2.2 la
Whoa,
so loolu dañ ko jox to the reparation.
Wow, léegi suñ jëlee loolu ñu jox reparation commission bi, I guess then at least duma ne dina doy, waaye at least dina mun a scope bi dina mun a yaatu, dinañ ci mun a include ñu bari and all that, and hopefully ñi xaar duñ leen fay ay compang maybe duñ leen mun a fay the money they're supposed to be paid in full ak yooyu noonu. Yeah. Oh God. So quickly before ñuy laa bàyyi naka lañ ko dee waxatee sax gis nañ ne recommendations yi suggest on some prosecutions and all those stuff white paper and all that, but then until today in the Gambia, you understand, xëy na tamit I cannot be everywhere. Has anybody been prosecuted as per the TRC recommendation and white paper, to your knowledge and involvement?
Yeah, okay, that's a very good important question. The thing is, the TRC made about 265 recommendations, out of which government accepted 263. So out of those 263, it's like the amount of the implementation rate is very, very low. So because if you look at the 263 recommendations, if you put it into activities, it's about 304 activities altogether. If you implement those 304 activities, the TRC recommendations are fully implemented. But to date, only 60 are fully implemented out of 304. 60 are fully implemented, 103 have been started, initiated, and 104 are yet to be initiated.
So when you say the 60 are implemented, can you give us just two examples of TRC recommendations that have been implemented? At least for the record, because man, I'm telling you, I don't know of anyone. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if we are, my panelists are informed of any.
There are some recommendations that were implemented, like the renaming of the arch, although it's still not out officially, but you understand the arch has been renamed
to what?
Arch for Never Again Arch.
People are still calling it Arch 22.
Yeah, Arch 22 because the publicity is not there. It has not come out
But even
clearly.
How does that have any effect?
But even the state,
That should not even be a recommendation.
when they have
That's
events
not-
there, the invitation
jokers.
letter, the
No,
announcement says
I
I-22.
don't know, but I remember one in event. There was an event being celebrated there. I saw the invitation and it said Arch, the Never Again Arch. So we are surprised how come they are using the Never Again Arch and it has not been publicized officially.
Anyway,
And other recommendations are people who are working, who were adversely mentioned and in active service. Most of them have been terminated. That's another very important recommendation.
Oh, okay.
Then regarding prosecution, there was a list of 69 people who are supposed to be prosecuted. That includes Yaya Jame, all the others. So, but already we had the bylaw case. Bylaw had been tried.
That wasn't done in the Gambia.
It was not done in the Gambia, but there was a recommendation that bylaw should be tried.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he has
I
been
mean,
tried.
if it wasn't
Sonko.
Switzerland for Sonko, if it wasn't America for Korea, if it wasn't Germany for Bayo,
Exactly.
those people would not have been prosecuted.
By now, yes.
They'll be living outside,
And still
enjoying their
living.
lives.
Yes.
I mean, there are people in the Gambia here. You get bomb. Duga ñom moto.
Waaw.
You get toga ñom ci xew yoyu nonu.
Li mu fa leeral mooy Ministry of Justice dafa nekk rek ne things are very slow. Why right now ñu ngi set up what we call the Special Prosecutor's Office. That office ñoom ñooy prosecute those who are going to be prosecuted, the remaining people, list of 69 who are in the Gambia and those outside the Gambia. So they're also going to establish a hybrid court. Hybrid court bi mooy try Yaya Jammeh the former president. So moo tax bi ñu waxee ne mu ngee ñëw ñu ne mu ngee ñëw some see it as a threat, but ñun dañ ne is a threat at the same time a blessing for us. Because koo xam ne time ba ngee ñëw very soon nañ approach the Equatorial Guinea government ne leen dañ soxla Yaya Jammeh for a trial for atrocities that he committed while he was president. So su waree ñëw voluntarily would have made life very easy. Moo tax nguur bi ñu waxee nañ ko arrest upon arrival, it was a very pleasing news for us. So, but all of a sudden, mun nañu ñëwaat and gis nañ li xew ci négatif last week, one of the MPs.
Foofu mu ne Yaya Jammeh wax ne ni ñëwaatu de ndax wax na ko
ñoo gaayam ñoo ko wax de.
moom war ko de.
No to alliance.
Okay.
No to alliance. Waaye mbiri Yaya Jammeh la kenn xamul.
Yeah.
So Friday bi su passé ñëwut ñoo xam ne du ñëwaati because moom mbiram yëpp Fridays la. So kon ñu ne jàng doon de tuuti di first last Friday or this coming Friday. Waaye su ñëw bi Friday bi passé ñu jàppale du ñëwaati.
Du ñëwaati.
Waaye the thing is gis na li xew ci négativité last week. One of the MPs was proposing that pour ñu revoke Yaya Jammeh's immunity. Pour gis ne su egsee rek ñu mun ko arrest. Maa ngi àlla su egsee rek ñu mun ko arrest. Su ko defee amatul immunity ñu mun ko prosecute immediately. But what happened?
It didn't go through.
Sidi Ndiaye was the one sitting on behalf
of Tumbo.
Acting speaker.
Yeah.
Acting speaker was the one.
Moderate, waaw.
Wow. So mu ne loolu the speaker du mun a ñëw at that instant indi that
Suggestion.
suggestion immediately. It has to be tabled in advance. He has to inform the speaker in advance before he can consider it. Could you imagine?
Are you surprised?
I'm not surprised.
Okay.
Why should I be surprised?
But Sidi is
Sidi
even
Ndiaye is an enabler.
No,
Or
but it's even better.
Is it part of the standing orders?
Sidi is even
In
better.
fact, a National Assembly member made it very clear last week at the Assembly that if Yaya Jammeh is coming is a threat, Fabakary Tombong Jatta and Sidi Ndiaye are also threats equally. Because they were enabling, they were the biggest enablers. They went to the National Assembly, wanted to change our laws, to create a state of emergency, to extend Yaya Jammeh's stay in power.
Yeah, but now the question is, did Jammeh actually have any immunity?
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
As a president, as former president. As
Yeah,
former
isn't that
president.
I think that's the same. I think that's the same immunity as Yankuba claims.
Yeah, that's what,
This is my point.
Exactly.
Because if Jammeh actually had this, then
Yankuba is not a former president. They are different.
No, but immunity is immunity.
No.
But the immunity covered them all of
Yes,
No.
immunity is immunity.
No.
You know what? With Yankuba Toure, what happened with Yankuba Toure? He abused his immunity. Had it been he cooperated with the TRRC, things would have been a little bit different.
That's why.
Maybe even by now he's still enjoying. Has not been tried. Nobody knows.
But that's
But because of he provoked the TRRC, was showing the nation that he's so powerful, the immunity is there, I'm not going to respond, I'm not going to do this, then they not to.
So man point my say morning after Yankuba time boom happened. There was a case going up with the Supreme Court, and the judgment of the Supreme Court is this: none of them have any immunity in terms of the nature of human rights violation they have done. That
cap.
Exactly. That's what you call crime against humanity.
Crime against humanity.
That's crime against humanity, like murder and all the.
That was the judgment at the Supreme Court.
Yes.
This is why the Jemme actually had this. You understand? But
the immunity is still there.
Then it has been revoked. Then it has been revoked.
It's not.
Yeah. It's just allegations. It has to be proven at the court
of law.
That he is guilty and he was responsible for all the murders. Unless that happens, you can consider him as not.
Where would Jame have evidences to counter that? Where would Jame have evidences to counter that?
No, the only law.
If the court of law, it's going to be invalid. I don't court.
No, yes, still have to
defend the allegations.
Yes, still you have to see him as somebody who is just alleged. You understand?
Yeah, exactly.
As alleged. Yes. But now, one thing we should make clear is there was a law also which was brought by President Barrow and his cabal about former presidents.
Yes.
That law.
Yes.
So that's why Jemme's case is we have to look at it very well. You understand? Because that new law President Barrow brought for himself, you understand, actually if it goes into interpretation, it covers Jammeh.
It covers Jammeh.
Because he's a former president.
This is the point here. He's a former president. So there's a lot of contradiction.
Yes.
Contradiction.
Anyway, the court will take care of that.
I want to
quickly do that so that we can.
In all honest opinion, Bayo is more a threat to the victims than
Jammeh.
Because
can you dissect?
Yeah, because you see, the truth is this.
That's the truth.
If somebody abuses you, and there is somebody that has been empowered to take care of that abuse, and that same person is not acting or is even abusing you by bringing in laws that will in effect cover your alleged abuser, who is more dangerous.
Thank you.
Anyway, thank you. That's a honest opinion.
And in fact, giving him more privilege.
Because definitely the former government was the perpetrator government.
Yes.
So, any president, if you took over from a perpetrator government, the first thing that you should do is an apology on behalf of the victims. Because those who are serving, those who are victimizing people, they're still in the army and in the other apparatus. So had it been that the new government, when they came in, they come in and apologize on behalf of the former government, that could have paved the way for reconciliation, for reparations, and for all the other necessities to make sure that Gambia returns into peace. There is peace, and we continue our intended development.
Yeah.
But because of that has not happened, yes, you see your opinion. Others are saying something worse than that. That Barrow has no concern for the victims.
Of course.
Because had it been his concern with the victims, he could have visited us, know our responsibilities. He may not even
be in continuous engagement.
He doesn't even know what we do. Because we are not just there as a victim center. There are services that we provide to the victims, medical services.
Yeah, the counseling,
we have
the coaching.
We have an MOU with AfriMed. AfriMed is one of the best clinics in the country. Where the victims come to the center, we give them a referral form, they go to the clinic, they are attended, all the lab tests, everything, in some time, including admission. At the end of the month, they send us the bill and we pay on behalf of the victims.
And that is ongoing. It's
exactly.
Government is paying that?
And we also, government, it's our own initiative.
Meaning even psychosocial support, government is not giving it.
Support, government is not providing it. We have our own psychosocial
Government is a non-starter.
And we also provide educational support to the victims.
So now, social welfare. Now,
social what?
Welfare.
Ministry of Social Welfare. Again,
it exists.
It's the most useless ministry.
For those people, we are not like that level. Our major collaborator in government is the Minister of Justice.
So social welfare is,
I don't know.
But anyway,
coming to the issue of partnership.
Jame has apologized. Maybe I don't like that apology, as in it's not very formal. But even Jame has apologized in his recent audios. But the government that is there, that should have done the effectual apology, is not even doing anything.
Mr. Jom, you ring her invite at me.
Wow. That's very important, yeah.
What do you do? Because if I you back you know, wow, exactly. How they wow, they told me, understand that's a legal time at you understanding. Why lady at Linga to explain, you know, if you want to save the camera, time on a barrel of I set up program, the Abubacarr Akamubuga Bantaba. Ooh, so they want to combine my report about showing, but I'm going to I'm Babito. So Purgawa and you said that at President Barrow. So I'm on one or two things. Local same situation right now. At Yomiga and the Yaneka, the national coordinator, Yange Janku wanted victims come in. So you make a mo ampunyo, then despair, but ampu joko referral, mudem fadulegi, you admit ko, dinko in the past week or something like that. Yaneki also Ganyune. And the Lord you meeting. I'm smoking them back. I remember these few families being set up the victim center. Time meeting here, office is not scattering. But that meeting because at least you have ham hell. So guy you explain Allah. Look too direct look guy Janko one day. You know those sleepless night, the thousand carry, joy. I mean, oh my God, those moments
are very difficult moments.
Those moments,
and if when we are registering victims, when you are documenting their abuses, a lot of tears are shed.
Oh yeah.
They cry a lot.
No, it's dramatic even on you guys.
Recently in May, we were in Basel, we are doing a video documentary of about 40 victims. There's this lady in Basel, I don't want to name names. She was pregnant when she was arrested. She was an opposition UDP opposition member. She was arrested, and within the period of detention, she delivered at Kenya. So the boy grew up one day. In fact, the name they call him is Janjabure, the boy. He's now in grade 11
why then you would never rolling for get
they go to the guy go to the because
president
so best guy the football warning because this football jahal ko mu daw ci yaayam ngi sol besam ngi gaddu besam ni ko ya lu tax ñu di mo oy Janjabure te man tuduma Janjabure
borom de kabila
bi yaayam starté fi égué fu commencé di joy boy bi starté joy Master the joy, cameraman, the twin star, even the driver was crying.
Yeah, it was pathetic, yeah.
And you look at their living condition, their house, and the condition they are living. So they have to vacate their house to the neighbor's house.
Subhanallah. That's quite it.
So we want to dealer victims young. Sometimes you want to control your emotions.
Suffering still continues.
Why coming back to last point? So, President Barrow Angurgi. Moi number one, victims they are agents of the former government. Can you go to touch on it? Can you go to it? Rape it? Yep, security agents. Police NIA army bi la ak jongul la si ñi ñoo doon rey nit ñi ñoo doon lor nit ñi so li ñoo ñaan président bi mooy na fexe ñu ñoo visiter the victim center try nañ pour meet ko am ak moom an audience binda nañ to an extent that bindoon nañu back ne is accepted waaye loolu am after a year also man ma take over as national coordinator ma bindaat in March ma bindaat for another audience bu tam ñu dama dem ba ci wa protocol text ma ne will arrange a date for you. This was in April. Final told me in November. So ko sene message du la faale du la tontu man ñi ma fa xam ñëpp bugguma tudd ay tur waaye I know some people ñoo xam ne maa ngi link ko ak ñoom pour seet naka la meeting boobu na amee bon li bëgg a mooy ñu jàkkaarloo président Barrow mu xam victim center ñun lan la ñoo liggéey ak lan mooy suñu taxawaay parce que am na ñoo xam ne dañ jàpp rek ne ñun we are an opposition sympathizer, which is not the case.
That's quite unfortunate.
Center, we have APRC victims, we have NUDP, we have all categories.
You just say you have Gambians, yeah, simple.
They are from different parties.
victims.
So the victims,
it was not based on your tribe, your color,
Exactly.
your race,
Gambians.
affiliation.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, they own Bokam, so they are victims.
Exactly.
They felt, you know,
Yeah.
those people were part of the people that were killed and tortured and detained.
Exactly. The other appeal on government more affaire reparation for the victims. Nañ seet xaalis bu sakkan ñu jox ko reparation commission bi su ko defee affaire reparation ñu tegee ko ak ñu seet jublu ci réconciliation. Because TRRC dafa ne Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission. ñu gestu xam lan moo am ñu joxe ndàmpaay muy reparations. After reparations ñu reconcile joxante loxo jéggalante. This was the aim of the TRRC.
We move on, yeah.
So we know the truth already. Reparation is ongoing, still not completed, but the next phase should be reconciliation. When we apply or appeal on the government, let them speed up. Second, the reconciliation bill tam ñu ko defar, we appeal to the Minister of Justice, let them fast track the creation of that bill. So if you have a reconciliation bill, just like the reparation bill. So if you have a reconciliation commission, dañoo ñëw pour gis ne victimes yi ak perpetrators yi joxante nañ loo jéggalante nañ loolu dafa important trop loolu su amee rek da nga ne victimes yi nañ xala giifal mer nañ waaye nañ xala giifal tuuti because at least nañ xam ne they are being considered by the government so foog naa foofu laay tëjee sama waxtaan bi maa ngi jégalu time bi doy
understanding time bi sa dem nañ over ak yooyu xam ne yaa ngi war a jump into a meeting loolu sax lu important la yëpp si part si liggéey bi la bokka waaye di la jaajëfal rek di wax ne rek we will reach out again so that we can continue this conversation because bu dul loolu rek dañoo fàtte te buñ fàttee rek ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekk di mettitlu ñi nga xam ne ñoo soxla ndimbal bi ñi nga xam ne ñoo soxla dalal bi dañ leen di fàtte te buñ leen fàttee rek du indi dara lu may def leen di lor so moo tax baax na ñu ko waxtaanee saa yu nekk pour fàttali askan bi rek fàttali ñi nga xam ne ñoo war a def dara jiituma si mooy government bi ñoom it ñu def li ñuy war a def kon di la jaajëfal on behalf of the Victim Center and victims yi yëpp di leen massawu di leen ñaanal yàlla may leen dal wér di la seen yàlla guddal
amiin amiin
ñu ngi am méttit it yàlla indi dalal ba nga xam ne seen méttit wàññeeku loolu lañ leen di ñaanal ñun ñëpp dennale ñun ñëpp gardien lañ sa laaw la buñ ci mënoon dara fi toog nii dinañ ko def waaye suñ mun a néew ci côté boobu noonu liñ mun def rek may sensitiser indi awareness ba nga xam ne liñ war a def ñu def ko kon di la jaajëfal Mr. Jom bañ jokkowaat si beneen time
we have an open door policy anytime
ahankay
ñaatimbo ntemu APS leti ndemu APS leti APS Gambia le mu APS ti katum APS is 100% Gambian
bari ñaati moy te ko furi mbala kenta la di ke ñaati bon tari taba futu wala at least ya fonte ko APS min kullo balbi ji imo fon fonya fon ka fanyo ko ibina do ibodo ko APS jam fane mo fana fonya ñaati mbo yo min fo enta sija ndanga moy ko APS wallet isa ko do kinu min tata fa wuli muan ime charge fenna wala enta sindi jam
ako ñaati mbo ngoy ko kabo transito katawula fo wuli muan ite fenne jola womu zero fee between kabo wo 20,000 la ka sele sal eke tamuna eke charge mun fa abuka fensi
oui
1% da malam mati
wota yara gabe no be nyanta wala kana APS wala tele mo baylo ko do ki ibadi ngol
yaje ni APS kabrin nan credit ko to bari men kum mayata be wala fa mo kas pawat ni suto be during suto be dibining abe tema biti kol sonda ila APS mobile lo sika ni asika to ya safe da men ko fen ko atondi nawek ha ni oto je nyamen do tachi ama ni ama do abanta ila kas power isa hawasima ajibe free joriti je
oto mbade ngameno albesito wulle fisiyata alna leta APS wallet yela lam baylo kon APS wallet nyaako doro bari ko do nim fata do suko kon to
ni be fo no le mol nyaala jam nim fata do suko kon mbafole
basiti jembita ndo register jede kadu sa APS 100% namum APS
100% Gambia 100%
di amaat kontaante ak mbégte di leen dalalaat fii ci Kër Fatou ak suñ programme The Grand Bantaba bu ñu leen di indil ajuma bu nekk ci waxtu bii nii di sant yàlla rek di ko gërëm bi mu mayee beneen fanaani àdduna kàttan bi ak man-man bi ñu mën a ñëwaat toog fii nii pour waxtaan ak yéen indi leerte yëpp jubluwaay bi mooy yokkute ak jëm kanam yeete ak xelal askan bi it ñu nit ñu jàngee ci moo waral toogaay bi fii kon di wax ñëpp juma mubarak di leen ñaanal ajuma bu sell di yaakaar ne rek seen bés bi demee na ni ngeen ko yaakaare woon demee na ni ngeen ko ñaanee woon demee na ni ngeen ko buggee woon di jaajëfal ñëpp ñi nga xam ne ñoo ñooy seetaan suñ fans yi yéen saa yu nekk dañ leen di xaasal si nuyooyu parce que am ngeen solo lool ci li nga xam ne la ñuy def fii ni yéen a ko waral boo leen toogoon fay seen télé yi kenn seetaanuñu dinañ seetaat suñ boppa seet neneen nu ñuy def waaye buñu saa yu nekk yéen a ngi rëcaaw di ñu ñaax di ñu tiitaroo di ñu puukaroo di ñu jaajëfal ngir ñëw bi ñëw fii kon loolu am na solo di leen wax jërëjëf ci toppa bi ngeen ñooy toppa waaye suñ toog fii nii nag dafa am ñoo xam ne ñoo ñuy dooleel saa yu nekk ba tax nga xam ne ñu mun fee toog ñu njëkkee si ñooñu moo nekk Kër Fayda jàpp nañ ci programme bii nii te bañ a bàyyi rek am góom-góom am bugga ak cofeel ci programme bi nii waaye yëpp nag yéen askan bi yéen a ko waral buggal leen moo tax ñu dooleel ñu ndax ñu mun a toog fi nii di waxtaan ak yéen kon Kër Fayda ñoom dañuy jëfee ci yëfi building ay sampa kër ay jaay laan ay jaay kër guñ sampa ba pare soo amut laan amulool dara nga waaye nga bugg a sampa mun ngaa jokkoo ak Kër Fayda ñoom seen biir dafa yomba ñëwal rek ne leen lii laa am nii laa ko buggee wala awma dara waaye bugga naa su boobaa dinañ waxtaan ak yow jaaral yëpp ci yoon taaj ko ba nga xam ne ni nga bugga loolu lay am liñ leen mun a wax tamit ci Kër Fayda mooy seen mbir óor na lool seen mbir leer na seen mbir set na lépp lu ñuy def dañ koo jaarale ci yoon te dañ la koo taajal ci taabu doo ci am benn sikki sàkka amul dara loo xam ne dangaa jëflante ñoom mu ñuul ci sow mi moo taxit ñun ñu ñeme pour jëflante ñoom ñeme pour toog fi nii di wax si seen tur pour nit ñi dem jëflante ñoom seen nombay dinañ ko def si screen bi soo képp koo xam ne am nga a dream pour sampa kër am nga a dream pour own a house am nga a dream to sell a property jokkoo la Kër Fayda seen xel màcc na si lool customer service na moom is top notch kon di jaajëfal Kër Fayda ñaareel bi nga xam ne dañuy jàpp ci programme bii nii mooy APS ñëpp nag xam nañ ci dëkk bii nii képp ku nekk biir Gambie dëkk ci dëkk bii nii am na ci one way or the other ñooy jëflante ci yëfi xaalis ñoom seen xel màcc lool ci fànn googu noonu loolu la ñuy liggéey soo buggee yónnee xaalis soo buggee wécci ay xaalis ñu yombal ko lool liñ def mooy in the age of technology dañ am ay app APS app bi mun nga koo download app bi ñu ne diite waaye ñu am APS wallet bi tamit dafa mel ni sa poos rek la moo tax ñu tuddee ko wallet mel ni xaalis boo def sa poos rek la waaye nag xaalis bi du physical cash boo amee xaalis si sa app bi wallet bi mun ngaa jaay mun ngaa jënd mun ngaa def lu nekk mboolem loo jënd mun nga koo fayee si sa APS wallet bi mu yomba lool ay ticket yi nawetaan football yi taxi driver yi soo demee si lopitaan yi pour jënd ticket fépp foo xam ne yëfi joxe la ak jëlante xaalis APS seen app bi seen wallet bi yomba na leen ko mun ngeen koo use ñu ne déet ñu am loo xam ne promotion la link lañ am link bi soo ko jëlee nga yónnee ko anybody else kooku bu jëlee link boobu mu yónnee ci xaalis ndax yow la yónnee xaalis ndax keneen la yónnee xaalis yow mi njëkk a yónnee link bi APS ñu ne dinañ la ne jërëjëf jaajëfal la li ñuy wax ne junne ak juróomi téeméer la gaay di jaajëfal mu neex lool junne ak juróomi téeméer si time bi nekk nii faj na soxla yu bari kon jël leen link boobu ngeen yónnee ko seen loved ones yi seen family members yi yónnee leen ko ku nekk rek mboolem ku jël link bi at any point in time mu use ko yow mi ko njëkk a yónnee di nga ci am ay neexal kon loolu óor na loolu rafet na kon di jaajëfal APS di jaajëfal Kër Fayda di leen fàttali rek tamit ne leen suñ stars yi ci Facebook bi mu ngi on boo leen di seetaan rek xalaat leen ngeen yónnee benn 1 or 2 stars saa yu nekk rek loolu dafa wécceekutu xaalis boobu dafay gën a dooleel plateforme bi nga xam ne dinañ bub di ñëw ajuma bu nekk ci waxtu bi uninterrupted ñun xam nañ ne yéen da ngeen ñuy safoo yéen bëggu leen ñu toog bañ a ñëw kon dooleel leen ñuy mën a gën a ñëw fii nii di jaajëfal ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekk ci gannaaw programme bi saa yu nekk rek cameraman yi and everybody else jaarale nuyoo bi nag ci borom kër gi di Fatou Touré Mandi Mori bu baax wi mooy borom kër gi du ma def dara rek mooy ne bàyyi ñi nga xam ne ñoom lay séddool plateforme bi nii sama co-panéliste yi ñu nuyoo saafu wante ak askan bi balaa ñoo dugg ci programme bi tey nag dinañ leen indil programme bu yanja bu neex bu ala dawme kon toog leen bu leen dem fen ngeen xaar Bayo jumalungo programme do luntan do kacha do
luntan dolu
luntan dolu dol di niya fo dol amin ko kilim fula sabalem
okay
luntan mo kilin leti
ani baluntan kilim man najam bi de
luntan kilin ne be jang luntan do
sorry no luntan kilin na fo nata jang
exactly luntan do exactly adung you know mbe bulala itani mbe bulala itani jubere yalo man dum kacha kono tan ko basila you know what Charles balal man abal ma belta so mo ne gene ta belta bi nga jox ma Charles dina ma niya bala ma nga gene ma ta belta abal ma so amul belta utal ma belta fofu nono bayo mbe bulala itani jubere la li ñu konton ye ko mo sending kan
okay yes nene to yala nene bo aboro nyama luntan kilin na rajang amaga luntan dolti luntan kilin wala na ta jang
ya yamre ko ite mande
wala na fa nyama luntan kilin na rajang kilin kaya luntan fura ta jande so guys malbe kondola ka fale ko today is another grand Bantaba because be ning grand style na grand style because we give you na mo fula la samena mo kuma killing and mo kuma bal killing no la samana as a guest so it'll be kacha doli. It's going to be a special program. Kacha doji luntan dojing also wala kumota. But luntan dojing alkana wala kumota. Ne na kumo sendimo.
Abubacarr Bayo. Minul be jubero la. Wo adesita wolla.
Wolla bulu.
Adesita wolla bulu. Te wo man kentela fenkoti. Jajef Bayo content abake Bojamba. Bojamba mbe bismillah. Another grand Bantaba, another grand Friday, you know, expecting that we will have another grand, you know, discussion, conversation, right?
Absolutely. Thank you. Back. Be konton na mol ko ngi konton.
Ila mol. Ndefanam be konton na. Yalo ila mol muntela mol.
Absolutely.
Ndefanam be konton na.
Yes. You know, be lu dama jiala. Be na panelisol même be bijang. Be konton na. Be molbe control American GV home and abroad is going to be another good show and we hope to have the best.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much Bojang and content abake naka lañ ko de waxate sa suma broda bi Bayo
okay.
Bayo. Yalo ni afo ba.
Ko Bayo yalo ko be jahas la. Badin fele siri. Ndiko no fele siri.
You know me, I know I'm used to the home name.
Abu deputy party.
You know, I'm used to the home name. Deputy party Bayo.
Deputy party leader.
But it's okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, exactly.
You
know, exactly. Let me welcome you yet again. You're not. I won't call you a guest anymore because you frequented this platform so much that you know we consider you as part of us. So it's a huge privilege, and we are honored and very appreciative that you come to join us today. Right? The deputy party leader of the Gambia Action Party.
Yes.
Nimbanke a small person de mokuma ba le sirinjang altol mi malo mokuma ba anu ala party leader mantara bankoka atamatale sai na tamata atale in charge
acting party leader
so we have a great person here as a co-panelist today Bayo ite mo le ñu ko do
tendula be jayla atul fana mi alonko wato alka si janne in platform auto different ka jibile
Abubacarr
adu ngalo ne ko you guys are doing very well adu banku fana la tanyo to fana be gana kumayala so be badi mol fana kontonna mene yalon ko be ngin programme jube ka min wato juma lungola ntemu ala je bayolti deputy party leader Gambia Action Party atu fana tinina na mola mene yalon ko Gambia Action Party normalankol fanan kontonna ke tentu fanan ke jay ka parti la agenda ngi wafi wati ani parti la fanan ne keta honorable Musa Ousainou Yali Bachili amantara janyawo nyandi
fama tala de
bari parti ngi bi janne adum parti la normalankol fanan bi janne an ker fatu me keta CUT Fatu Touré fanan kontonna anin technician on me along ko wala kany program on send them ya ani atu fana min be Sirinjang ma be konton nan bal tento la bal jela
abaraka bake ko kontano ni sewo nim bara firingo ka ko nyama kontano ni sewo bara firingo ko Sirinjang ni wala
yara ko bara firinta
oh ko bara firingo
fan ngeen sambala atundi bakile yaro na kebale sambala jam ni platform
okay
ako abe banda anyabe Gambia membe be kiyen Gambia abelo so I am promise ko na singulu dandron the first platform amina damendo I meant to be for 2026 election. I like a take platform.
Hankai.
Hankai. For Prince Fali. I'll say they can come in like I'll be tigero me aloko nana ro drum. Na ta la mure belano in the Kabul.
On te fana ngawo confirmation di. Ngawo commitment di. Nga schedule min soto. Nim betili ko chip Gambia. Dol be batula de. Dol ba batula. Ha exactly.
Wolom to ñaati.
Li all of them wax rek su jinne buggee daxaar. Bu ek daanu. Bacili bu egsi mboolem bu egsi bu yi daxaar bi di nga daanu parce que moo war a egg.
Waaw.
But basically, we're anxiously waiting, excitedly waiting for you to come, so that we can have you. But anyway, didn't continue program. My brother at being a woman na abalo man sahaya. Yalong atebe president no makan dorong. Ano president no kadung AC moto, AC all security guard and everything. Ane ka tara boring na moto kan dorong. Ko nakala yo konko. Konko nakala.
Kangkango
mana Kangkango ya batandi saindung abe sasaring kango be tata aman dia mono exactly wala tina aman nanon kay fo inyanta traila ye moto dila parce que moto bicycle Kangkango be traila ate moto bicycle ye soto
wala mo ñi
Namo, talibo.
Talibo. Ya ko ate mambo folo.
Namo talibo. Ni tala tola. Moto bicycle landi, ya moto dilila, ya lo ko werol selendila. Ibe werol selendila esi beta malala.
Banene mudro wabulde.
Nene moto cycle borundo.
Ko le nyinto.
Ko yata la burdo kono.
Ko le nyinto. Ye mudro diala, monta fiala.
Munati na ko naka?
Na ala wuro.
Munati na koko ya
Kangkango
ya batandi.
Kangkango. Udah mo dal ka bunde mo dia
ndal man da kankan dula do fa.
Udah to man da gam ya. Da to man da ya gam ya.
Mo me no bu. Ndal no mo me no bu kankan do.
To man da kankan dula. Man da biya man gam.
Alay, no mo me no bu kankan do da.
Samila. Listen. Ay bagrin nate diamo hara nate diamo namo he kangkango ya batandi kangkango mo ifa akamufo kay ka bari talibo ila kango mama kangkango len you understand nga kangkango do mo fom batata wala yen na kango
do puno
sai
Fafa mbatu nge bula mbe bismillah la ko tenken contente ko inata nammo tijang ite nata ite ni molye ñu kontong and on behalf of the panelists ise la president ko na kontone hido kairo baro isa kontone awa
of course omu forole ala ji ñol be nanda kondan ro folo la tel kara abla ñol
na itella
be ko fa falena sa the co-panelists jani be content road that le betala that le president la follow before respectful party leaders because no amanga luwate for the sake of this panel because in panel although mbatra ana be kere signa kilin na senior member sort of from NPP no baro left baro dira fatu refa because now
fatu interview sotole nu ametale bari yalon talibo be batu itale wo ko nati abatu yandi ibe talano ite ya fo janko altol ba katara pour Bantaba dim baro Bantaba special Bantaba soto
Ha.
sanji saba ama soto
Salu na fo fa tour tala one on one. Olbe isaje
Sankali.
ku barundo ede ende be kondondiro.
Ima ko soto.
Ede ende be kondondiro la. Ede ende be kondondiro la. Ema felle mo eme na me fo ebe kuma.
Ama ko
You understand no barola situation on the party leader situation is different. You have to understand that first.
Sorry.
They don't follow. Ko baro na be move la down there and along go one advanced team bidale you do land go ede do na party leader na sa na jana without that. You understand? So we Kenya al mankili. Amanje ko atalifisa usende hani. Omu responsibility le de member baro bulbi and member usen bul is different. I think you understand that point.
Ngombe bidaje.
One sort of one the cassette.
Fafa bidaje.
Mo try ha.
Amanga ko
Na bi ta be kela fa le bida. No ide no
ibe mislead ne ke kanja. Amanga ne
gambe no bal ko no so ma no
même foja am.
Asa ibe da sila jana londe na di amo. Ne mo be konton. Ala da bonda ko. Talibo comme nene afo nyame ku kelimbe jede. This grand Bantaba Gambia no nanda mutele butane flora. Because now understand side. And nene fa man de ka kan be improve come back. I will improve come back. So
focus for correct.
For you correct. So cool me. Ya daga rule. Da bonda la kura. Ya na ko da do me muraje. Pour mo ya understand membe kere. B nyimbanko Cairo drone beja. Pour ka si jang ka nyo la idea sunya nyo bulu akumata. Kuja maka foja skeno ni minister ala ya amanta benga ala mo askeno bojang wa ta sirfo be do fola asa hakitu no aro on ba sa kenwa ay karandat so wala asa certain platform o interview nyumba so la ka kumayale nyimbe diam na diam with our honest opinion because sante diam kan banko mo libele kana je ko na pati we ketetene ana tara anim fenne na da mayara man koreke irafta so ne so but means you are misleading the whole Gambia. So natural na qualify ni silo le me alon ka say banko mo nafa because ni nani programo na establish wala kon pour que Gambia no ke fahamundu kula me alon ko sometimes si samira do alon wata malo so ube kumala nyimbe sirinja na diam with our honest opinion.
Sang kolege fambu ko ke.
Ha ngolege lata na akafa.
Sang ibe kawando rendo. Ibe kawando la.
Almanda kawando.
Kawando bula folo. Yenyo mo kontong.
No banko mo kontong.
Ye kontong.
Anna albadi malam Fafa Sanyang. Ndol manke lu danding.
Yes.
Program. Ndol le start and always na schedule man tight back. We will always come. Na tara invitation about na the host will be but tend to lambaja and many falambe in program or follow can always be tend to lambaja because dole beje bilina new start up to today another bukeda if it's Friday and in tea and sign in dole bende sa ban fa if am the grand Bantaba mun keda kay ko busy but time to time
afo lambala sa wala bisindi
reality mol be dia na bango mol konto nal tendu nal jaay mba dan kala programme follow ala bara
abaraka sa president baro la contendere
nte jakalo
ide ke calcular
sil fola ka badan sil fola that is the problem what is am fa simba men na party leader for
confused
His Excellency the President of the Republic Ghana la First Family be condon the NPP executive for be condon na two nalo na sai political fonyo wultale political party mandara siri mo be wulkan pour how the Gambians will give them the government power mo be bole nyinka so national executive regional executive ward everybody be condon mo ka executive Sekuba na konto.
Na
my deputy admin secretary.
Co-chairperson of the
interparty committee. Yeah, you are right.
Sekuba.
Yeah, honorable Sekuba. Basi. Yeah. So alabara.
Abaraka bake. Nte dum kontondero mbadila na monana tambatele kila. Abetala andum teba fole ko ite yeta ye lobby pour president Boroni Fatou ye one and one soto. Ndol fadam ba lobby la turu na mo pour Bantaba ye president Baro Jia. ikafonya ngajia exactly andum wobe
Mara dai bali jiya.
ha
Yeah.
mbaji yala
Ana dai bali jiya.
amake problem
Biraje.
ambetala
Yeah, yes.
because pour ataye najang
obe
so
kole.
kondo nanata jante report no la parce que security
Wonderful. Wala sa mun kai ko. President Barrow studio solo ne.
problem tiji ando nimbetala ayem promise ashabil amake ashabi ako abentol parendi la
Obe kele.
na outfit tol be 3 years amang soto sa nimbetala je wo fanan wole
Politiko fonyo wulda la be kele.
so politico do ronne
Fonyo wulda la be kele le.
Papa, I'm done with you. Anyway, contente rek ni la ñuy nekkee ci plateforme bi parce que li ñu fi charge du li ñu utale waaye li nga xam ne moo ñu gën a boole mooy bugante bi cofeel bi bennoo bi ak yëpp pour jëm kanami réew mi kon loolu am na solo te foog naa ne jàngukaay la daal ni ñuy toogee fii ak ni ñuy jëflante ak suñ ay morom jàngukaay boo xam ne ñëpp war nañ cee roy ñëpp war nañ cee seet lu ñuy def rek ñu continuer dugga ci programme bi Sirifo déglu nga suñ guest bi lim explain suñ xam-xam maa ngi soog a xam ne néew na yéen saan ci wàllu victims yi ak victim center bi ak seen engagement with all their partners most especially the government post the TRRC ite ya moy ay mimbe fojang you understand and at the end of the day the expectation maybe people will think the victims have been compensated maybe some of them has been cured or taken care of in terms of their medical needs but I wouldn't say it's shocking but to learn that until today like as I said last week you have 4 that died, that have been waiting, possibly to be cured, to be taken, to give them medical attention, to be reparated. But, yàlla def na daal li gën fekke wuñ loolu noonu. Waaye again, wax bi mu wax yi fi xaalis bi ñu doon expect from the Potomac, naka lañ ko wax sales yi, ñëpp xam nañ ne jaay nañ ko because loolu nekkutoon lu nëbbu. Ya wafi initially ntol ya fonye ko $3 million but ete ya ates janko yes $3 million but some amount has been expensed but man particularly that using some money to renovate the embassy that one I just cannot digest that one it doesn't make any sense but kuma jama futale ite nyaala ite ya moy ite le mune soto pour ka fo wukola.
Yeah, thank you so much. Nene, abaraka bake wo nyinkaro nyina. And our guest also Batentula Bake being the National Coordinator of Victim Center Gambia. Bro ala watu beta kana animule kacha watu sutu ne babulu bi fongoten abe ay mitungo soto mitungo me alonga ayo be bulaje akupura na ningambe no le kacha because victim center ebe tembeleto enyanda wurlale ni ma wuri e ko ni kawman fenke adondi ni kawmo ka sari fo yakata ye fenyi ni ye la speaker ni be diamula pour kawkata so sai victim center e vrato level leto e kawman ila kawman dia ila kaw e wurta fo ila ita fongola kawla kumu o mansakunda mo moy so the only thing is me use no sign wala nyinto ko dieta ye mayko ta ni o fanamfo maybe banko be yaw moy nyola maybe banko be la moyro kilim fula sabasa taraje me ya lonko dalila kilim o dalilo membe atinda president fanan abanyat no victim center la because one thing is clear the change may happen to jam falung men kita jam 2016 among ke victim will come ne ajibe victim wolu la bataha victim wolu la sacrifice we mo jama bale fana motivate to campaign for President Barrow in 2016 victim wolu batal men ke victim wolu be surrounding and some of the pain me ya longo mulba feel kalno some of the pain me ya longo mulbe no akono wayatinale ay funding kewlu wakilini wayatinale ay banku dunglu wakilini kaje ko you know tajirante am maralo membe nu jang ka dang sa ni won tajirante maralo nyun tada danda sai mazakunda na lota mazakunda kabiri lota akadela simfa de ka commission ngolon di commission mi alon ka fa ko truth reparation
reconciliation
and reconciliation committee ni o londi sai okay bi ngo tonya lon la sai ni ngo tonya lon ta wala nyindi ko moli ya lonne menni menkata jang kunu comme fo ya fo nyamen ini mo katara siring ini mo be classroom killing ini mo be dinan wine la but inam na lonko yara fon ndeni nyinga do mo ko je nim pare la nyingata nyum kuyal inam na lo bari wo be lon tale sai wo sai ko tout la aspect ni wo lon dala sai sai e ko wala do wala ko ko nim tonya fota sai sa men ko nyindu ko ka nyoji so jam gis nyaburan so gis nyaburan wala ko bi na même moy jang nene wenta new to rabak bari même fo yen new to wala nyindu ko kabirin 2017 ka fo men lota ka fo men ya lonko wala man sa sindi wo ka fo lota fambe bi mendo man sa ma singolo wo ka fo la bundato bari fambe bi mendo wo ka fo la fe ni man sa si ya kacha yela ni solo ko mol fay man sa man bulo di la man sa man sira di la no man sa man silo di la no pour ina si yela problème o fay sa gambe ko sa di atulamu jojo sai for nyanda kele ban but did the president actually care about people molmel yalon ko wolele kada ko ke prote ke mansat did he really care about them? So what should we learn from that? Because look, now let's go to the reparation. Na kalam dako kamen TRRC be loka comment aya fo nyame ako yenyina foko num ko million keme fula million talul ni feng ibo wala dila TRRC la pour se do ko keno kono aning c'est reparation wol be keno bala ko kono mine keda ako million talulu yo di andum nene to make it clear this million talulu men di aya fo jan ako ya famle ko Senegal yes I heard about this since the time the money came now ko moy but nta polo noko for acclare for 100% but I heard about it among ko matla move na moy men ko million talulo men dita num gal for reparation ko Senegal masakunda wala Gambia makoy pour que nya ko men tele ngumbal yalla mel keta ka mol giso nyabu sa ne million talulo dita ñu le million tandin saba yo ta ye modol samba jaralo la pour ay at least you know way mo ja balle makoy because now understand modul banta will start to jarlo ki kan tiara sita record le you samba toki and other places that was a very good initiative so say million tan saba nin worawulo me yalon ka beje inata na bako ya haymaro ko nyame wolo nyindu ko mol mel la mol fata ali la mol mel la mol fata ya ila mo me yalon ka fata ita sun la ko nge nalo la ko moto mo jolono wala bari dana si wul kema woro damba dana si wul kema woro ye mo fa mo me yalon ko e ko fata ko masakunda la jawyani klimbal ya ko afata wala kono ye million e ko e be jela di law dana si wul kema woro
that's 600,000
ibo di la wala bari nene me ya lonko wala inte fo wala me president ko jo me ya lon president ko jo almost 500,000 every month
500 kay
500,000 president ko jo wala sa je president ko karkelu njo mo me ya lon ko ya la mo fa almost ibo le di la once ya di ya do banta o mari bala dimba ya balu lo wala nyaadi fo jandi ba fu ko wet o dinde mo bita karam moto nyaadi o be korra fo mu jelle dibi bala da mo korra fo na yo jo luwaso la sanje kili sanje fo do abanta dimba la balo man na ko yo ke bari nene ala diamo do fanan ne dula mo dam tan ko fanan niyo to ba alman ko no dino molla ba sey ko fo me yalon ko fanan america masa kunda ko nyim alle fo men bi jam walla ko do ya jambe woldu la kun mba wafi la na wafi na dia la pour aller victime woltalier ma koy ye aller victime woltalier ma koy wo we wafi million sabala dollar lo million saba mais yalo ko niya fali na gambe ko la bita million keme nim fe atol yo ta ye tilimbali akono ali yo ta ayal bulo duwa kono atol kal kataka embassy le renovate masakuna ko no budget ko embassy renovate ni keren wo ko do le ina budget wo ko do le why should they take that money bari minen kedam la ñu ko aya tandi je la ko president baro na la mansa kunna ma bala fa soro victime woni bari o man ka ñemen ka ta fondi de bari nga man de jibe bari nga man laf ke la moy bala fa ta ko be bolto bari yime la moy fana bod you are robbing them the money me ya longo dunia masakunda don welcome bal makoyla alle fe mo be jamba wafla le mbakoro la al bodo ko do alle dalasi alle la almost 25% do be domo sai men da sata je dolaro dolaro 2.2 million sai wo fanam beje albe kalas ka wo fanala ko tan okay wo fanam another point let kaje ko is a failed government bari na ko oda na partner dol na ko panel sol fanam be duna bulo dol lale bari left time même fala yande Gambian solu we have to be very truthful aram barona la masakunda they don't care about these victims because la believe me the victims are oppositions. But look, even if they are oppositions,
but even Mr. Jome made that assertion that that's the thinking. That's the thinking.
That's the thinking.
Even though it maybe there is no factor, but that's the thinking or the insinuation. But now my question is, what is the basis for anybody to think? Because the victim we're talking about in thousands, right? How would you take all of them from different backgrounds, different walks of life, different tribe, different religion, different beliefs, and because they are all victims, you box them into one category as their opposition? I don't understand that.
So Menkeda saying, Nene, okay, the fact must be accepted. Okay, that might be their thinking. Well, maybe a montage. But now let's look at naturally what happened. They are victims, they were from the party of the ex-president. Our own family are part of the victims. And I don't need to name names, but they were part of the victims. Haruna Jame Nyolu and the family and others, they were all victims. Right? But they were victims, they are even in support of the president at the fore. They are in his party. These are victims. Fatimata Jawara and the others were victims. They are in his party.
That's why that assassination is not true.
They are in his party. So now, if all these people are in his party, what is stopping the president from doing some of the recommendations of the TRRC, like coming out openly and apologize on behalf of the former regime? What is stopping the CDS from apologizing on behalf of the military? What is stopping for the IGP to apologize on behalf of those who were brutalized? These are easy things. But let me tell you something. Do you know why all these things will not happen? Because the willingness, the political will. If the political will of the president is not there, because if the president don't come out and apologize, and the CDS, the IGP know that the president should do the apology well before us, do you think they are mad enough to do that? They will not. Because the president is not, is not ready to follow the route. But, politics is coming. They budgeted 100 million in 2022.
Oh, that was, okay.
100 million for reparation. 2023, 100 million for reparation. But Kodomo for the Galma. 2024, 100 million for reparation. Kodomo for the Galma. So 2025, 2026 is going to be election. They budgeted 30 million. And they form a reparation committee. The reparation committee take 10 million for their operations. 20 million for reparation. So that 20 million for reparation, over Milekala. Those victims only. But now, Yajem Bella Fongmel Yemelbe Waficho. Wokodole almost 1 billion equivalent in central bank, according to a narrative, equivalent central bank. But why is lying in the central bank when people are dying? Did they actually care about us?
Yeah.
So because if I want to talk about this victim code, because when the guy was talking, I was crying in my heart. So the victim code, Mesa Dua, Alma Ale Banco Tanka. Alma Ale Banco Falin, the Banco Falinda. The victim they should be our priority to make sure we reparate them, we do reconciliation, make a back in Fakilindi, and we move on as one family. But justice, Nene, my last word, justice must be served. Okay. Even in Islam, even your own family. Ako near tona fire. Ako ya mako woleto. Dina ya ima dina ya fasa fani akam. So justice moment wala tonya hak. Na hak sabatindi nina hako sabatindi mombe ya long memun na boy dati. Now move as one family and we become as United Gambia.
Okay.
That's my word.
That's
Thank
fine. I'll come back to you when you mention the different amounts that has been budgeted year in, year out, and then you come now, we're told they've budgeted 30 million,
yes,
right, for next year.
For this year,
for this year and next year. Exactly,
million.
and the 30 million for this year, 2025, has already been disbursed, right? It's in their account as per, you know, his narration, Mr. John. I'll come back to that because I want to give a comparison and I want to put it into context, so I'll come back to that later on. So, Bojang, you Mr. Jome, right? Uncle Kebba, I am in Fojang. Ni toro walata, balafa warata. From 2017, 2025. If we want to measure the achievements, the progress in terms of taking care of the victims, seeing to it that their needs are taken care of in terms of medical, the reparation, the psycho-social support, the counseling, and all that, you know. How would you measure that? But then again, let me take you back. Remember when he talked about an example of a family, right, up country that they visited, and you know, the woman was arrested and detained. And then he was detained in Janjambure and Muwasin while in detention. And you have Halebi Mak to an age wo hamna hamena, and because of Janjambure bin ko oye te lolu neku turam mu jahal ko and mu am pour ñew laaj yaayam, why am I being referred to as Janjambure? Now the mom had no option but to sit the boy down and explain the ordeal as per Mr. Kebba's narration here. And I bet you that's not a peculiar situation. I'm sure there's several others, maybe in different forms and shape, that has happened, that kids now are asking questions and their parents are in a predicament to explain to them. Some might succumb the courage to tell them as it is, but I'm sure some are still beating around the bush trying to sugarcoat and cover up, possibly, you know, to safeguard the child's mental health, you know, and state of mind. Take it away, Ablai.
Yes, thanks. I am not here on behalf of APRC.
Oh, obviously.
But as I always, and as we always do, Ninge Masau, mbe victimol kontonna, mbe duale, mbe hakaboindle muhadamadengol leti. So obviously ni mo dunda togo kono. And you know, na ado men nyitandi ana halamadi ya walem nga fenke fe and so on. So we are doing that and genuinely.
Right.
And when I say genuinely, I mean it. Right now, according to him, the acting, is it chairman or whatever?
He's not acting, he's the coordinator.
No, he's the national coordinator.
But there is a chairman, I think,
yeah,
or
that's
acting
the acting chairman.
Who
That's
is Muhammad Sanding.
Sanding, yeah, exactly.
I thought Muhammad Sanding is my student at Nusrat.
Oh, wow.
And
nice.
I was also in the same class with Fatima Sanding,
wow.
10 to 12. So it's a family, and I know that. Yes, because he used to be part of Newsweek PTA and stuff like that. So it's not a family that I don't know.
Right.
It's not. These are not people that I don't know. There are people working at Victim Center who were equally my students. You know, some of them are becoming lawyers now. So Gambia is just a cabinet. You know, everybody knows. Yeah. You know, the ins and outs and so on. So we are sincerely sorry, and. To be frank with you, it's a mishandled situation. Yeah, Samba Nyameng Amantaku. It would have been a very great political capital for President Baha. Ning Ayataya Tabinunku. You know, the fact that they have confirmed that there is no apology even after repeated incessant requests or the victims trying to map out a way for government so that the weight, the heavy weight on them would be relieved a bit in terms of just words, not even money. The government is reluctant to do that. Speaks volumes. You know, what type of government?
Now, if you look at the setup, our question from, I always use this word, from a Lean Six Sigma perspective, because as Lean Six Sigma practitioners and experts, we believe in waste reduction and elimination. Now, if the TRRC will say reparation or interim reparation their quality, isn't it?
Yeah, interim.
Why was the need for another commission that will suck away the money that should be meant for victims? The TRRC could have been empowered to even now extend, okay, the public hearings are done, but they could have done this bit to clear. Because all government needed was to give them the money to clear, especially those that needed support in terms of education, in terms of health, food, Instead of waiting to now have another institution that will be paid from same money that should have gone. So to me, that's an unnecessary delay and duplication. Because that money could have done something. Because already, if there is no evidence, TRRC, at least Def 9, you can support victims. So we say maybe they did not have the capacity. But we have seen evidence that Def 9. So all you needed was to extend them even for 3 months or so, not public hearings, but now, okay, see how you go about at least these major cases that you have documented. So the government waiting to even form a commission begs a lot of questions as far as that perspective is concerned. The other thing is,
no, maybe I just want to add something onto what you said. They could have left the secretarial of the TRRC
to continue that job.
To continue the job, you understand, and in collaboration with the victims and the
at a minimum cost.
At a minimum cost.
A fast speed. That would have not wasted taxpayer money or delayed. As we know, some people die, with anger, regarding all these issues. And again, I think from all indications, the Barrow government managing reconciliation or reparation and justice imamuta kukumayaring bati, and they did not link it to national security. If they had linked it to national security, national security is Bankola Neo. Okay, how do we have a society that is divided, that is angry, that is unreconciled, and you expect that society to move? We cannot move as a society because Gambia Musal in cabinet. So ni salton kolbe kumbokan, cabinet kolbe jelola. How do you see that joy in that house? You cannot have it. So if they had linked it to national security, they would have acted faster. And this would have triggered a lot of good things and but I think the other delay is most likely the government is earning and enjoying from the labor of the victims, using them as springboards to lobby, a foundation to write big, proposals to get more money and projects and this and that. Because otherwise, it doesn't make sense. You are paying a victim, mother for that matter, the highest, 600,000. But the allowance of a National Assembly member in a year is way more than, and that is in a year, and he'll be enjoying that for 5 years, or even 10 years, or 15 years, depending. Go to other government institutions. The car that the permanent secretary, I'm not going to be minister, permanent secretary drives is how much? So this tells you that they did not value them. If they value them, these victims should have been reparated immensely, giving guarantees in terms of the education of the kids, even if it's going to be 2. There could have been an order or a mechanism to make sure each family, at least 2 or 3, from primary to university, whatever area, government will take that responsibility, not the money itself. Yeah. Those guarantees could have been there. And look, I'm sorry, but you see, some bad brings some good. We are talking about special prosecutors, whatever office, and a hybrid court. This is not naturally funded by taxpayer money alone. This is attracting investment this is attracting investment not only in terms of Kodo, but in terms of building capacity of our judiciary,
and knowledge
of
transfer.
other institutions, all thanks to the victims.
Yeah, and knowledge transfer
Yes.
as well and all.
So if you look at it from all this perspective, these people who, through whose effort or whatever naturally, brought that, they should have been in a position at least fighting a very reparation. We may be talking about some other things, and that would have helped our political space, our healing, our reconciliation. So these victims, I think government probably is using them to get more money, because otherwise, why would the victim receive less, but the one who is working for the victim will receive more?
Exactly.
Some people, according to reports, the highest, as he has confirmed, I have had that, the highest is 600 and some 50,000. Now imagine that, 600,000.
In this day and age with the economy that we have, 50,000, let's say even the 600,000.
Yes.
600,000. Let's say you are a family, let's say it was the husband that was murdered or killed, right? Now there is a wife and 3 kids at the, at the maximum 3 kids. You give them a 600,000. Just think about, they don't own a home, they are renting, and all the 3 kids are going to school. And you give them a 600,000.
It's not effectual.
How sustainable? How long will the 600,000?
Yes. So this is the truth.
It would even last 1 year.
If you leave a family, we know minimum, on average, a Gambian single, even if it's single family or whatever, nuclear family, not extended, at least they spend 30,000. If you calculate everything, at least they spend 30,000. You see, this country, it's like God himself is the one doing things. That's the truth, because you cannot imagine how a police officer is running a family. Yeah. A soldier, how are they running a family? I cannot imagine it.
A teacher.
A nurse, how are you running your family? Considering everything.
Just put it like minimum $2,500, $3,000 salary. How would you run a family with that?
5,000 in fact. You cannot run a family. You cannot. It's magic that is happening in this country. Magic or boya the one that being bankunga. That's the truth.
Boya,
yes, witchcraft is what is running this country. No, otherwise, I don't know how you can run a family for 5,000, even 10,000. I don't know. Wow. How do you run a family? Now imagine people have passed through all that and still they are managing. The other component, which is a contribution and observation, I have not heard him say that, maybe it's there. I think the approach should also be trying to see how they educate some of these family members, especially who don't have any investment and business, whatever, on how to go about some of these monies when they receive them. So that it becomes a multiplier effect for them, and they are able to sustain that and help them. But I think if it is not there, the government or the TRIC should have recommended not only the financial compensation, but to continue to give these people some little guarantees in terms of education and health.
We'll definitely bring
Jammeh's properties, how many of them? The lands they said he has, which according to are allegedly not gotten rightfully. These lands could have been demarcated 20 by 20, 20 by 20, 20 by 20. Given to these victims, even if they cannot construct for them.
Yeah.
That would have done
they start somewhere. There's a foundation.
Yeah, there's a foundation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying those that actually have, but those that don't. I understand some families are still renting. Their parents couldn't at the time. So all this should have been things that they should have prioritized. Unfortunately, they did not. Imagine psychosocial support. The government has welfare and whatever, and they have a Ministry of Health. You cannot even render psychosocial support. He said AfricMed is what they have MOU with. It tells you how bad this government is at the system. Because new victim or their Gambians, they could have had that arrangement with RVH or Elmer Francis Small. But most likely, the services there, they are not there. What they needed, they cannot get it. So this is why nyantaka doko ke kanna banko makoi. Because sama itere manza kunda ebe moto bogondi kan. Ni bota je askene fanan be tagala sa sale kono. Wo sa nying ati jaga no la jang. E malo tano dada. And say mantaka power. We have seen senior government officials who are serving. They get overseas treatment. They go look for government budget for overseas treatment. Abanda. People have to intervene on their behalf. And these are senior government officials. Wala na police all. So jagol animal budo ko nga hakilutu. alkatara do gola atol fango ye sasa pour atol fango man sekunda e jobo keno allié pour aller ta jawalo bla doto e buka keno jamal alkona ka fa wala nyama na lo men dolle be nyim bankunka we know what is happening. So what on tol dolin dolbe diam kam buka diam because ntol tam no ka diam ne nyinka man tolni na kabago tema and membe beti Allah ntole because sama who knows who is going to have a kidney issue, a neurological issue or any other thing. These things are still happening. Senior government officials in the army, in the police. So
what I want you to conclude is again this particular woman, because man believe it's not only her, you know, having to deal with that, you know, because as a parent there are certain situations that require nga osa dom nga waha mom. It's difficult as a mother to do that, especially mom's situation bim wara explain al domam and somebody else somewhere else. They hate na mom go you through counseling, go you through therapy, you know, amut all those support to understand how to approach the child, to explain to them. Because again, it's not only explaining to the child, Moham, why how is he going to deal with that? That in a def mo mer, mo aggressive, mo angry, you understand, mo become vengeful, mo become bitter. Lolo, yep, it's a result. Munna come out of such situation. And we talk about hale dafa deger bopa, mu ngi nan sangara, mu ngi into drugs. Why duñ they trace back? Fim joge ak under the family situation mom go through betax mo mel ni mel.
Yes, this is what exactly we have been saying. These people should have a support mechanism, psychological, you know, medical, social, even economical. If this thing had happened so many years ago, and still you are narrating it and you are crying as if it is very fresh, it means there is something lacking in your ability to control these emotions or that narrative. And the same thing is happening to the kid. And you see, this is what builds up a vengeful society. This kid, who knows if he's going to be a president? Who knows he's going to be an army general? By the time he sees Fafa's kids, and knew Fafa was in MPP, even if he's to arrest, he's going to arrest brutally. It's coming from somewhere very far. If he's in a situation, a boardroom to decide what happens and that those things come, he may not decide properly. These are seeds that we are sowing. So the society becomes very hateful, because of not only what is happening in Jamal like at a coma, when people go back there. And don't underrate. Anybody can be anything. So this kid can be a general, commander of the armed forces, can be anything, and all these things are happening. You think this kid probably is going to even have some whatever, some sympathy? No, let them feel it the way I feel it. When you have people thinking that way, it's very dangerous. It should have been linked to national security. Then people will understand what type of generation, these people, these families, the support that they need, Nima Soto. When they have the power, who knows what they are going to do? So this is how you look at things from all perspectives. They don't handle it well. And again, these people are worse than any other president that we ever had. And I even believe anyone that is coming. I'm not God. The point is this. How can you sell a G-Wagon or whatever for 20,000? A Hummer for whatever, 30,000 or whatever. And that money itself, up to now, you cannot hear people, you know, what actually it has done.
And a cow for $1,000.
You cannot understand what these people were thinking. Yet those victims are here. They are barely surviving, barely. So, that is the truth. You know, we are sorry, but that's the situation. Wala nagambe non baal kumandikan. Whether opposition, UDP, APRC, whatever ngala nyoka. Na President Barrow Bondi, na Fafa Bondi.
APRC juwala.
All the APRCs, no alliance. No alliance.
No, don't call them APRC.
No, they are APRC.
No.
Regular service.
No, even APRC with them, we are calling them to join us.
Even we are calling you.
No, don't call North Alliance APRC.
Father, we are inviting you to come to the
Yes, yes, you're right. You can do
our country
from
the cabal, from the
APRC.
Who's their party leader?
Jame?
No, then they cannot be APRC. Jame, like this man said, who Modlamin Jame is just an ordinary party member of APRC. So if you call Jame a party leader of APRC, it means so
thank you,
it's a
Papa.
problem for me. You say
Thank you,
APRC
Moja.
Goro Alliance.
Papa Benna la itela batu dorong. Bul yakamti. Bul yakamti. Na ñew ci yow.
It won't interrupt.
Bayo, ye Mr. Jom Moile.
Nga mwele.
Ahankay. As a party, you know, concerned about how this government is governing, and in the opposition, the belief is you don't agree with what they are doing, and specifically, these are examples of the issues that one will say they have not handled well, like Bojang Yafo Nyame. I mean, I don't like to even reiterate because honestly, it gets me to another level. But
thank you so much, Nene. The entire TRRC thing that we are talking about, and I also listened to the guest. It was actually pathetic. To the point that I was not even thinking some of these things are happening. That a sitting president, after constituting an institution like the TRRC to get the truth from the activities that have been happening during the past, the extrajudicial killing, the enforced disappearances of people, and we get to that end and prefer a recommendation that amount to up to 260 something.
280 something.
280 something recommendations, and the government has to reduce it to 220 something. Okay. Yet still, you are saying you have only implemented 60 of those recommendations out of the 200. It's pathetic. To me, I cannot even believe it. Because I could remember, there is this function that I attended at the OIC, that the head of the European Union delegation, Madam Cortez, made these assertions, that the European Union had expended €500 million on transitional justice. And when we talk about transitional justice, it's the TRRC. Not even looking at the reforms, but basically, transitional justice is looking at the TRRC. Just like Abdullah said, they are using these people to get funding and then utilize the fund that they get from these proceeds in the ways that they wanted it. Special prosecution, hybrid courts, that's the justice aspect of it. But before we talk about justice, there must be a content of the people that have suffered this injustice.
Yeah, if you're seeking justice, who are you seeking it for? If they all die, or if most of them die?
What's the essence?
Who is going to give the testimony? Even when you want
to go to
court.
The priority could have been shifted to the victims themselves. You know? The Reparation Commission is trying to have that bill, have the commissions sworn in, and they do their job. But again, as he said, 100 million was budgeted before the coming of the commission. And since the commission could not come on time, they diverted the fund. And then now the commission has been sworn in, why 30 million?
But again, critics have said, let me piggyback on that.
No, he's giving, these are not estimates. He said these things as the way they are.
The budgets are estimated.
No, the budgets are not estimated. These are confirmed budgets that have been given, that hits the account of the commission.
This is the thing, because since 2017, this should have been set up, right? The Reparation Commission, blah, blah, it did not until this year,
yes,
in May.
Yes.
Right?
So that 100 million...
if it was not, even though it wasn't set up yet, but they still budget year in, year out, 100 million
yes,
for reparation.
Yes.
Right? But it was not implemented. but they will divert the funds somewhere else. But now where I wanted to come in is...
So, Nene, can I ask?
You come.
No, I just want to have something clear, man.
Okay, go ahead.
You said 200 and something million. That was the...
No. He was talking about the
I
recommendations.
want to ask whether the compensation, the highest, 600,000. You said the highest is 600,000.
Yes.
That's 600,000.
As recommended, it's recommended by the TRRC.
By the TRRC.
Yes.
Okay, I will come there.
Yeah, that recommendation was given by the TRRC that people who have been killed or murdered is 600,000. Enforced disappearances or whatever, 500,000, and then it went like that.
All the way. Policies. They are government policies. Because even you go to Social Security, the injury compensation, I may die at works. But when you go to Social Security, the injury compensation, maybe it will be less than 500,000. These are laws. So I don't know whether the government was dependent on that, I know.
No. Okay, we'll come to you. Maybe you can give that comparison.
So but
what I wanted to say here is, in terms of the setup of the Reparation Commission, again, it should have been done a long time ago. It was not, right? Because even when they decided to give them this percentage, a little, was it what, 39?
Interim compensation?
No. Yeah, the interim compensation of some percentage, and now they still have what, 81?
19.
No, 80 something.
They give them 19%.
They give them 19%.
And 81 is 81%.
Exactly, 19%.
And that's dragging.
19% of 200 and something million?
No. Whatever amount that you supposed to get.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever you're supposed to have,
19%.
they only give you 19%.
Yeah, but those who are eligible, those who are eligible for 50,000 down, we are clear.
Yes.
Yeah, those who are eligible 50,000 down, we are clear. Yeah, it's only those, the 500 and the 800, the 500 and 600 that are left.
The big researcher, he would have come with the whole book.
Yes.
I'm glad you are.
That's why.
But again, let me make this point, because critics are saying that they had no will to even set up the Reparation Commission.
Yes.
But because of this money in the U.S., the $3 million that has been spent, and then there is still a balance, hypothetically, that $2.2 million is still pending after when they spent maybe fees and taxes and all that. Then they did their own expenditures as per to the renovation of the embassy. 2.2 million is pending. So that 2.2 million, when they wrote to the American government, the embassy, and all these international corporations, that's when that money was halted and say, we will not give it to the government directly, we'll give it to the Victim Center to go towards the reparation. So because of that, it was out of that they had to now come up and set up the Reparation Commission. But if it wasn't that, if they were able to get access to the money directly, the Reparation Commission was not going to do that. But there are critics that are alluding or insinuating to that. But would you align with that?
No. In fact, before we come into that assertion, what is even the difference between the commission and the Reparation Commission and that of the Victim Center? Because I think...
And remember, they're going to set up a Reconciliation Commission too.
Because they are working on the bill. Okay, now, before even the bill comes out, now the Reparation Commission that is in existence already, the money is going to be deposited in their account. Will the Reparation Commission do justice to that money, to the victim centers? That is what I was about to ask, because these are two entities. The Reparation Commission, we know it is being formed by law, it is through a bill and whatever, and the commissioners were sworn in, but it's still linked to government. They still have they are more have connectivity with government than the Victim Center.
So now it's an independent body.
Exactly. If those money even comes, hit their account, they can even play injustice to that amount. The victim centers could not even receive it. So why not the United States direct this money to them? Because they are CSO also. They have formed their own organization. Let them send them the money directly.
Since the government is not serious.
Since the government is not serious. Let them send the money direct to the victim center, and then they dispatch the money. Because look at this. Look at this. After promising 280 something thousand,
million,
for the TRRC.
For the TRRC.
Only 15 million. Only 50.
That's the 19% of it.
No,
it's not 19%.
It's not 90%.
They only gave an advance.
Yes,
it was supposed to 280, so in excess of 280 million, right?
For the TRRC.
But then they gave 50.
No, I'm on that, understand. Let me help you.
No, I
understand. Government more job TRRC 19%.
No, for the victims, I mean.
No more.
They compensate them 19%.
of men.
Okay, that 19% came out of because when they gave the 50, right? Yes. It was only 13 million that was used for reparation. So because the money was so small, it cannot do anything else. They had to come up with a strategy. People whose compensations were 50,000 or less or within that area, they just paid you. So anything above, they had to pay you 19% of the total from that 13 million. Imagine. So it's not even the entire 50 million that was expensed into reparation.
Which is allegedly not from government.
Maybe you will help us with that. Maybe you will help us with that.
So now, out of the 50,
I think now the government gave 50 million.
Yeah.
Out of 200.
Out of 280.
Yeah, 280 something million.
Yeah, you 50 million did you man?
Yeah, the TRRC.
Yes.
Okay,
TRRC. 15 million okay, 13 million used for medication.
13. Okay.
It was
the victims for the compensation.
Exactly. No, that's not for compensation. For like maybe medical bills.
Paid medical bills here and there and blah, blah.
Let's say interim compensation. So that 37 million will let this 18% coming for them. The 18% we are talking about, me along could receive remaining to 81. So that 81 is dragging up to now. My own problem is with the entire TRRC thing. It has been long overdue. President Barrow and his government, they should have done what is even better than this now. Because I cannot even believe it. The national coordinator here sat and told us that President Barrow has never visited the victim center. It's pathetic. As head of state, this is something me along Kanyenta prioritize. It should have been your first priority. You should not even allow them even to write to your office in the first place. More or less, they are writing to your office. You cannot give them audience. You cannot come and meet them. They cannot come and meet. How do you call that? That's negligence. Or you are not interested. That's how I call it. Either negligence or you are not interested. Again, if you ask President Barrow will even tell you that I've not even seen these letters. Because we've seen quite a time. But President Barrow usually come on TV and say some of those kind of things.
Now, he mentioned there was one time they responded. So it was just a matter of setting the date and time, and that never came.
He said the protocol called.
Yeah, that never came. Yeah, send a text message.
Yeah, exactly. That we are going to figure out the date for you. Who even knows whether President Barrow is aware of you or not? And President Barrow will come and say, no, I'm not aware of this meeting schedule.
I bet you if Taliban was here, Taliban will tell you President Barrow doesn't know anything about it.
So these are concerns. These are concerns. Me, what I'm telling President Barrow as head of state, we have a lot of problems in this country. Campaigning for third term, campaigning for third mandate is not the problem here. Let him work on the welfare of Gambians. When he work on the welfare of Gambians,
and he's doing that.
I am not talking to you. I am talking to President Barrow.
I
am not talking to you, President Barrow. According to Nene, he said President Barrow's favorite platform is the Grand Bantaba.
Look at that camera.
Okay, the Grand Bantaba. I am appealing to President Barrow. Let him work on the welfare of Gambians. If you want people to follow you, if you want people to empower you, empower them. The victims are concerned to us. Because since this TRRC, because in fact, it has already, the TRRC, in fact, the purpose has been defeated to me. Because you cannot set up a TRRC to know the truth after you refuse to pay attention to the people who have suffered injustice. If that happens, it means it's a gross negligence. He has to pay much more interest to the victim center. If he has not planned to visit the victim center, or they is not willing to see them, from now or today, let him try to figure out something about it. So that at least, let him hear them out. What they have to say, what they have to tell him, let him know the status of the victim center, and what these people are going through, let him know it. Because he's saying he's going through the tour. Meet the farmer's tour, I don't know how they call it. But again, this should have been a priority also, for him to divert his course and try to meet them. Because they're also saying that they want that to happen, and if it happens, it will be a pleasure for them to meet the president. Why the president will not take this opportunity and address issues of national concern? Because the victim centers are all relative in the Gambia. Okay. If they are not related to you directly, they are related to another Gambian. Okay. They are related to another Gambian. So it's just like what Ablai said. It's just Salah cabinet. Let him pay attention to the victim center. And then back to you.
Thank you, Bayo.
Nene,
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I know. Before even I just left.
No. Maybe more time.
It's okay.
Beef.
No,
there is something maybe because you'll be na mind but TRRC Kabrika said the T commission. It was not a truth commission, but they said TRRC. Now, so my problem is why now they have to set a commission for R and a this means T have a commission, R have a commission, and R will have a commission also again. This is what I don't understand.
It should have just been one commission.
Because it should have all been one commission. The TRRC should do all this job.
And they have
expect them to do all this job. But do you know what? It's cabal job making avenue. Continue.
Okay.
No, that's true. That's the fact.
What's the fact?
When people are paying millions, victims are crying.
Fafa, on a serious note, you understand, that's a great point, because when you say Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission,
it's one commission.
The expectation could be, after this point has been highlighted, that the TRRC will handle all these aspects, right? But then again, now we see that it was only the truth that was established. The reconciliation is still pending. The reparation is still pending. They have set up a commission for reparation, right?
Why commission
Not
for
yet
reparation,
implemented, but then it has been set up, sworn in and all that. And then there is a bill also in the making for the reconciliation. So therefore, another commission will be set up for that. So like Bayo would say, different commission has been set up as opposed to the expectation of the TRRC will handle that. But then again, that debate can be taken up. But now, to the crux of this conversation, right? The victims. First and foremost, President Barrow has not visited them or had an audience with them. Fafa Njube.
Eye contact.
Exactly, because this is very serious. Exactly. I want you to.
If you want Fafa to look at you, touch President Barrow. He will look at you.
Exactly. He has not visited them. That's really concerning. You know, we don't know the reason why. Again, they have written to the security chiefs to at least have some kind of conversation, have these people, on behalf of their men, on behalf of all the atrocities committed by their men, look at these victims and apologize, console them, restore hope. You know, they haven't done that. That has not succeeded. Again, in terms of reconciliation, that has not started. In terms of reparation, right? Nothing has happened. We are telling you, only a few have been given what? 19% of whatever they should have been reparated. And then again, he has mentioned 1,000 and something has been taken off.
Yeah, 1,500.
Taken off because they feel if they have to include them, there is no money to even consider those people. Even though it is acknowledged or agreed that they are victims of some sort. They are victims, right? But they cannot be reparated, so they've been taken off. Hopefully, sometime in the future, they can be considered. And he mentioned the Reparation Commission is saying that, well, if they settle these ones first, hopefully they will consider the other one, right? That's what, 4 or 5 point here. Now, but then again, now we have critics. He has mentioned in the last week, 4 people have died out of the victim pool. And this is not the only first. They continue to die. Their illnesses continue to worsen, and they're not getting the required medical attention to see to it that they get better or they get well. But yet still we have a government whom wrote on the back of this victim. It's out of the disappearances, the killings, the deaths, the torture, the detention, that this government is what it is today. That is why we got the change. Now, if somebody sits here and says this government, like my brother say, they are worse than any government that has ever been, and he believes even any government that will ever be, because of their actions and the lack of empathy and sympathy towards the victims who continue to suffer and die. Fafa, how will you look at the camera and talk to our viewers to tell them that it is not they should not feel the way they're feeling. Hope is on the way and things are going to get better.
This topic, I think, is very, very, very complicated.
What is complicated about it? Is it about your position?
For me, always, I don't have a clue about it. By the victims, baby sitting down. The recent President Barrow Mante visit or to seek audience with them, their opposition or so. That's not true.
And moma foko. He seen them as opposition.
Opinion, that's a perspective. Okay.
That is an insinuation, a perspective, a perception,
yes.
Right? We can agree on that, because maybe there is no factual evidence, to allude to that. But one thing that is a fact that President Barrow has not visited them or had an audience with them. That is a fact that nobody can dispute.
Let me come. That's true. Because
okay.
So that's a hard fact. Amantaje and imantaje. But the reason amantaje among audience seek to sit with them, no,
the reason why we are sick.
So the man is for.
But would there be any reason that is stopping the president from 2017 to 2025 for that not to happen?
I'm not working at the State House. I'm going to later address to Fafa. You understand? You move in the mayor along address to either chief of staff or a cabinet secretary or so. Not me. Because what president aje farm aje ndeman felongo. Although send a miro follow. Not the president aje. Now mantano because of the busy schedule. The audience
for 10 complete
with
years.
him. Ndele jero. President
8 complete years.
Let me call. President kumandela ni esi ni kacha. Ibaje the sky abekelo manto man de be memfola. Ifonga ya mwe di bafulenya the room, membe bala, the pen, membe bull. They will tell you. But saying, ni may face, although president no, because some of the victims are NPP. Many along they are still working with the president. In the scene or janko, me victim soul doyala. You know, come to na bank wale jamfa. Mulu tambita kubalela. Model beje, if fought a love one soul because of this. The former regime Mendeka. So be in the current government, the TRC established. In other years, there is some recommendation for them to compensate these victims. Nia joko mansakunda enanto lodu lanyo kumayandila. Tuanyala anim be bimento. For jani mansakunda be any step tala. Victims should be fakanda. Nte molo ne me alonko. He is part of the victims. He's my very good friend. I thought all of that old. So all who feel that Mella take him, it the malending alas will phone more. You support. I come the bank for support. The president should do say, the government should do this and this. No. The government should support them. But Miranya dobe molubulu, especially when you don't know these policies or laws. Ite kamira loko masakunda be kudomendi kanga doyata. Masakunda fanan kata sarfol la. Be victim soul malang yejele landi iki I don't know. But ikajele anin na do kudulal. Ika mojele alma be tankal la da. Yeta na do kudula. Ay problemo soto. Wambaye accident soto, wambaye bang, kabodo kudula kata. Na kuo futa up to the social security. There are laws. The injury compensation, luhale beje me alonko, inenta amount le beje me alonko, inenta adila mola me alonko. Let's say I accident also asimu kundu atata no do kudula. Do kuokono.
Do kulala mat. Okay.
Nsoro man den kanele. So to collide that with this, man for long.
And but problem with that, I'm coming.
You are the one doing the coalition.
What they obliged
you are the one doing the coalition.
No, ngadu ya luala fanda.
No, you are the one doing coalition. No, you are the one doing coalition.
Because anu do kublado ni nshoda man de sirko.
Okay.
Maybe am kan.
I'm getting it out.
No, mbi da.
It only 600 le confirm.
600 ya base munara.
Okay.
No,
Kono get problem.
Let me
Kono get problem oti. So 600 Taliban. 600 Taliban.
Let Nigeria Senegal. Yala mtani ite. Moment for the farmer to give him 600,000 has compensation adoyata. Yimbe to nya for. Kodi? Abla. Yimbe to nya for. Ni di no be siri. Let's say Mohamed Sandenyol o kara farm ni ko be farmer dunda toro menko. Masakunda ka okay say we compensate you for $600,000 the family. Yala mto yaje lo ka doyata. But say Masakunda o base munel. Left and want to understand follow. These are things sometimes Masakunda ka base ni leto.
Because you don't call us.
No, one more duality. Yeah, no control the sontala. See for so man dey dia no. This point ndebe jele because Nico 600,000. It no the family will give you 600,000. Based on what?
Because of the money that was allocated. That's what they were trying to dispose among these people. That was the 280
the total ransom when they know the figure. Let's say the victims are 250 people. But how long the TRC, I don't know whether they categorize them.
Can I help you?
Okay, go ahead.
The dad did mention here that the point-based system is developed by TRC, and they did it based on the reality on the ground. The reality on the ground was money was not forthcoming. That is why the TRC recommended a point-based system.
11 will follow.
Okay.
You understand? Let's say out of 10, if your case scores 7, you qualify to get the highest. Less than that, a certain amount. Less than that, a certain amount.
Yes. That highest amount is how much? This is what I'm
600,000.
600,000.
When you put all this amount together, it's how much?
It's according to, not the dad, but according to my sources, all the victims actually put together is $205 million. Jammeh's quota assets could have taken care of that.
Yes.
Again, to enlighten ourselves, like you cannot even say it's the law.
No, I don't say.
No, okay. Let's say maybe they base all these things. Okay, let's say maybe they based it based on a policy, existing policy, and you made reference to social security.
Yes.
Now let me give you an example. That is one of the reasons why we say this government is very bad.
No. Those policies are there before this government.
Good. Who has the power to change those policies?
Maybe.
Especially if they
Let me give you an example. Do you know some of the salary was how much?
You know when you fail to understand, you may understand. Mobuka Sula Nyunkodo Fawala. So, the president's salary is how much? Mobuka Sula in. Salary is Sula. Mobuka Sula in Noko. Mbadu ala mfama ifa isaje ya compensate in kodola no mo ni wa do su nyam ka wala so ni be ko ba so kana ke go so ni ka sura wa but this one no go sura ni okay Harlan because abato wait
but Fafa the reason why Bayo is asking the president's salary is how much wait because this notion of there is no money, right? There is no money. You understand? That is why that is coming. You are telling me because from 2017, from 2017 to now.
I understand your point. The policy there is no money.
When this guy was from where and to where, he said that the policy was there.
And the victims are how much?
No, but you said co.
So the policy.
No, the policy. Who put the policy?
So you know that no comparison kere silfo.
No, want to go. You said
you brought the policy issue. They victims. Another they give them $5 million. Amanda Fafa Tora. Not Roman Sakunda Bano. Yala man sakunda jani be kuwa kele foi sala right natara the political will was there. I think the man sakunda ya sotole pour que victime di wo kodola 5 million ha bali ba bes la fenna ka man jogo be lo ya ko nyindi ni ye 600 faro ye 600 bes la ko be ga no defo lo problème da at least you should have known that because Fafa the victims by Siko Fafa okay Fafa is not supporting it's not like that here that you support them. No, of course I support them. Some of the victims are my relative. Absolutely. Any president himself. Now the victims should be compensated. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. No. He should. Yes. You understand? So these are things because these victims don't let them back. So why am I? So why am I? No, they job lola. No,
that's your problem.
600,000. That's not my problem. Can we move on? If you don't understand, can we move on? On a serious note. No. This is very complicated. Because yalo ni be ila miro foka. Do ba mirala ko iba jawa yakan. Ndol be boto bank kan. Ndodum ye 5 million di ik victims la manda fa foto fa na di atan. Askero in that 5 million, nse fen soto ni wo mamba di fen soto je. So wo man ke fen di me alon ko ndeni mo be debate la. Ye any amount dealer, I appreciate it. That's my conclusion.
Okay. But it's not a matter of any amount dealer. Fafa, this is a matter of life and death, right? We are talking about the timing. The amounts are even, not the issue here.
No, the amounts are not issue. That's what I'm saying. It's long overdue. The payment. At least be the victims in under Taradula, one have a 75% of their compensation should be with them. The time is overdue.
So how are you going to
I accept it 100%. From 2017 to 2025, that is 8 years. How it's not overdue. Now the Masakunda is Kodo Sodole. Me are not going to compensate. Wait. It's long overdue. No,
he's speaking based on assumption, isn't it?
Yes.
We want to confirm to you that we know government has the money. Now government has the money. What is your take?
And Fafa knows that government has the money.
We are not an accountant general.
No. The government of Central Bank or the finance minister was at the commission and he said,
okay, he said, okay, can I also?
Central Bank, Jamila Kodo, over 1 billion. Central Bank, that's the governor. But let me call him Fafa. Put the amount you can affect. No, sir. Fafa Njai now cooking Al naga bem platform Jamaldo. Aka hakil to diamuru back because aka sila VAR la.
No.
Aka sila
This topic is very, very complicated.
That's why
maybe because it's on the side of government. You are the worst enemy. So how do you rate? The victims are my relatives. If government give them any amount, I appreciate. How do you? I want Silva to understand. How do you rate? The timing too is long overdue.
How do you rate the government?
Fafa, antela miroto. Fafa, antela miroto.
Man, honestly, but
Nayatara, antela miroto. Nayatara iko masakunda mankodo soto. Pour kanging
apologies, okay.
Non la moela, kanging ankodo dépense. Yeah, fam, not about the apology.
Very good.
Sila,
I love that.
Sila.
Apology, they can do that.
Mune atina.
The government,
but 8 years it has not been done. 8 years it has not been done.
It's long overdue.
Why will the president not even say, the constitutional mandate on me to do the people's store? Let me forfeit that money and give it to the victim center. No, I'm saying it. This is something that we are going to address issues.
Most Gambians will say, yo, that's not bad.
This can address issues, Nene. Yeah. Why the president will not come to the television and say the Meet the People Trust funding?
I agree with not even only the Meet the People Store funding. The Meet the People Store funding is not up to 100 million. Yes, it's something. It can at least cover, quite a number of compensation.
Yes.
But it's not even 100 million. There are other areas that they can use those monies, you understand? Why would they divert the money that was budgeted for several years? Yes. For reparation, they divert it to other things.
Because the commission, according to them, the commission was not formed.
But now,
why?
Fafa,
I think. Do you believe they divert the?
Of course.
It was said. Yeah, that's what they said. Yes. That's what they said at Parliament.
That's what this guy.
Those monies were asked. Questions were asked in regards to
how many funds have been diverted?
Because the commission was not set up.
That's a normal thing.
Exactly. The commission was not set up for them to give it to them to do the reparation.
That's a normal thing for government to do.
For me, it's very cheap to just sit here and say it's long overdue. It's long overdue. You understand? Because this is a government that you are supporting. This is a government that you claim that you believe in them. Because for you, they're doing what they're doing. Now I'm confronting you with something, right? And it's not a matter of hearsay, it's not a matter of opinion. It's established that as a sitting government, on the back of the people that you wrote to become who you are today, right? You have not even taken the time one bit. You do since 2017, you've been doing Meet the People Store. You do Meet the Farmer Store. You meet the Nurse Store. Meet the Watchman Store. Meet the Family Store. All those stores you do and it costs money.
Political rallies.
Right? But these people, even though they're not supposed, I believe, they're not supposed to even write to you to demand for you to meet them. But they have done it not once, not twice. They wrote to security chiefs, right? Until today, none of them is able to respond to their call. Nit ko am lu metti ku ko deklu la soxla.
They care less about them.
Nit ko am lu metti ku ko deklu la buga. No matter what they do is going to bring back their loved ones that are gone. It doesn't matter how much millions they give, it will not bring back those things. But then the hurt also, it takes a process and people heal differently. Some people might have said right now, you know what, I don't give a flying fart what the government does or whatever. I've moved on, I've healed. But some people are still waiting for the people that they think were entrusted and the people that, you understand, cause these things, let's say the security apparatus, to look at them, have a conversation and say, you know what, we are better. Right? And we came back and promised that things are going to change. And on behalf of all that has happened, we feel you, we see you, we hear you, and we're going to go through this journey with you guys. And be sure that whatever needs to happen, we will do it. I'm not even talking about the money that you think or claim that they don't have. But to give them that thing, let them feel that, you know what? Exactly. And that is what they're not having, and that's what they're demanding. And you cannot sit here and say, maybe the government, their schedule is busy or whatever.
How many people have seen how many people have seen that this victim center is much more important?
The president could not do that during his leave. His leave, he was in Mankama.
Yes, you could have invited them. Welcome them. Have audience with them.
No, he's not interested. Fafa, this is very clear that the president is not interested in knowing the problem of these people.
I don't agree.
No, you have to agree.
No.
8 good years.
The victims are with the president every day. Every day.
We are talking about the victim center. We are talking about the victim center, not one individual.
No, but then the victims that are with the president every day, their breads are being buttered.
Yeah, they are not worried. They are not worried.
The ones that don't have access to the president.
They are not worried.
They have vehicles, they have their compounds, they have everything, and the president is having his mallow and the crocodile.
I don't know, you see people every day.
Adama Barrow is seeing people every day. People are not
I'm telling you that
President Barrow is seeing people every day that do not even work the victim centers. They are much more important than these people that he's saying. Remember, these are people that gave their mandates to him for a change. And yet you are ignoring them. You are showing a sign of you are not interested.
Killed, tortured.
For 8 good years.
Very sad.
For 8 good years. You cannot see this victim center?
Yeah, of course.
No. To me, I don't know
how do you rate this government in terms of, the way they did this?
I did not know.
5 over 5?
5 over 5, yes.
No, I'm asking 5 over 5? Or 3 over 5?
5 over 5.
0 over 5.
5 over 5.
0
0
over 5.
4 over 5? 3 over 5?
These people.
Don't.
On a serious
No,
note, Harlan. Okay, we need to move. Fafa, this particular one, I'll start with you, right? Another meet the people to almost ending. They've done all the way to the West Coast. They come into the KM and Banjul. Those are the two regions.
West Coast member.
Almost done.
Yes, some part.
West Coast, they're going to South.
It's only, I think,
now it's left with Sanamentary and South.
That's what he said.
Yes.
Almost done.
Go.
Yes.
Almost done, yes.
Okay.
We still have,
but they're now, two or three meetings. They're now in the West Coast. Yes. Again, tying it down. All those rallies that they have, we've all seen it, it's televised. They are not even talking about the plights of these victims. They're not talking about how they're going to raise funds, how they can change, do things for these victims to feel like this administration cares about it. But what we see is when they go to these meetings, all they talk about is how President Barrow will continue to occupy the State House to be entrenched. These are the things, because apart from that, we don't hear anything else being talked about that affects,
that is the agenda.
That affects the life of somebody else who is not with the government or supports the government. What do you respond to that, Fafa? And this is money that involves monies for the victims and their families. We all pay those taxes. Because, no, to be honest, don't laugh. Because from all the way, North Bank all the way to West Coast, there is no meeting that I have listened to, and I feel like, oh, this particular person is speaking for me. Or what this particular person is saying, it's instilled hope in me. I can see myself in it. And I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. When it is our money that you're using to go and do your own thing, Fafa.
Meet the people's store. Come here, for Nyame.
You think I'm
What is it?
No. What is it?
How do you call it?
I'm coming. No, that's the correct.
Okay.
The victims.
Okay.
Bari, along with that down there, any community, if what I one more left for local dia. Mula major.
But in Mol Minkadiamuji, one for NPP supporter lem. Do you expect them to say anything different from what the NPP told
me? The victims, if you are against the government.
So you expect MPP?
Nobody has done that. Nobody has done that.
We inside the government cannot force them to say,
but the people that speak
from those communities. Minul
Kadiamu itata dawoda ike tombonne niye tombon fana, you understand? They have a discussion pre-briefing.
No, that's not. It's not correct. No.
Help me.
We mean the people stop. Come. Let me.
Let me come on.
The governors. The governors are responsible. Many are long
Governors are responsible.
No, of course. These are
governors are appointed by
political.
But itata meti mole mobe diamula ya kuntu because abe men fokan no amang dimale masi
no ki ami base
akonyadi
kabring base ko president nyinkenya president mi la fogali akoyo ko atolu nemen be kale al kanyin ka mi ko nemen kale mi la dal mofo it's like he's dictating them life
akonyadi
Basen ko le memfo. Idam ko.
Ayamuelo.
Elamuelo.
Because Biamo nyimu fenna de me ala ko mo platform.
Elamu ka president ko makam. Elamu ko.
We all watched it.
Basen ko idam tele. Ko president lefta ñu ina ko mo moel. Kablim president na da platform moto. Ay mi la fo gali. Akoy la ko. Adul nemen kali almo fode bar say alma fo ko ngi it's like you telling people ko am na kalante griot let ngi
so demande
it's telling people
to men ebe bo kan ne la ñinen ka e gañu basen ko le ko ni basen ko ko president ñin ken
ila right la
o mo le right let ya president fa na right la ko ko na ñin
ali
president you are imposing no abe hakilo bulandi kan ne ay menke
For I president la ñanto
of course ala ñanto la afo bibi la lo ni president made the people store that kabo bara la kata alonko every communities ila concern mumende ila bata kol mumende ikole itandi
wa
okay nyumasa kunda nata e kanyulu jibe they have to prioritize all these things ita jibe no nyi lafta mende yak nyi beta ke no la the same yakon
ani bari kala mo
wala sabu do ko be ke kan banko kan wala sa di mid the people store akumaya de le lafta la kumaya darajo jindila but it's very very important because this mid the people store wala ya sabu when you go to Kian today all the communities are connected. It's about it was not happening before.
Okay, Silang,
meet the people store. Wala ya sabu ndole Kian today kurabeji. Nunda teji. And you kumaka on left further, abe further down in the world the beneficiaries themselves. All the more many are yen kumaka for president. Wala ya sabu the meet the people store is very very important. And what we need to understand this thing. Mola opinion, mola concern ye men for president abe siringi. Ni man sakunda na de yenyenje, ni be kela a public policy le. Ndele jero. Because he left men in Europe for man sakunda na da songala and he let the kaki. No. People stole say ya politicizing. Because akuwa nyimbo da tuko president na fonke ka fo ko na nyimfo alka ka no for na for politicizing based on what mana na ta for
okay let me give you an example let me give you the most recent politicizing the most recent form of politicizing the Meet the People store for President Manta Birkama ako nakali ko hate alko nyin silo jambanjeli sane kunda bayo kunda sonko kunda wosilol be mambeteya bari nil lafta nga wosilol doko alla chiamano bondi
okay sai
nalia bondi ntebe wala
na chiamano amanta president wala bendula one mana na amanta
no my question is no you listen listen
there will be 30 kilos within Birkama
Fafa you are smart listen
no
don't deflect
I don't deflect it
no listen
30 kilos
the question is
minister of and they will do it
I will still come back to my question it is in Jamsa okay now my question is you said people say that the People store is being politicized. I said, let me give you the most recent example of politicizing the
someone is elected.
And my question is, where is the connection here? You are the president. Yes, council is responsible for certain things, yes. But central government...
They are not doing it.
No, wait. But central government...
and his chairman
central government...
Even this 28 million,
Fafa,
5 million... This
let's
what is the use of it? Why not the other kilode? Yes, you know who more at the end.
We are talking to the people. Let's listen. You know, we're having a conversation here, and let's put things into perspective.
Yes.
Right? You want to tell people that the Middato is not politicized. I am telling you it is. And the most recent example, right, is that in Birkama and in Busumbala. I saw Ibrahim Asila whole design. This is the design we wanted to put for you. But wait. When you're talking, I won't interject you. But Yankuba Layatina womanke. You understand? Does Yankuba has the powers? Does Yankuba has the powers to go and stand in front of people who go to court? So when there is no court judgment. There is no court judgment to say don't build roads. No. There is no court judgment to say don't build markets.
Say don't implement development.
So where are you basing that? When Yankuba goes to court, let Yankuba go to court. Let government do what they're supposed to do. Yes, because the government should be there for the people, not for Yankuba. And so you cannot come here and give me excuse. And you cannot say Yankuba. That's why we're not supposed to.
Are you endorsing the statement of the president? I don't think I can elaborate. No, you now one thing I understand. Let's close the program. Siloning, na Minister Moelako 30 kilos. It is 30 kilometers. 30 kilometers. Me along Venanta Adokula within Birkam. No long. I still don't know for Kabo Birkam Makata Jamisa Ro. Ela Kiamano with Sabatin. And I'm No.
I am still coming back to the politicization of the law. Why should the president tell the people of Birkama, remove your chairman?
Yes, then because the chairman doesn't show respect to the president.
Yes.
Silver and his chairman.
Okay, thank you.
So, the president need I want Yankuba to show that respect to the president.
Can you allow me to move on?
Yankuba to the Morala office. I ask you, Yankuba will meet in Dula. Ebedia Modilala.
Okay.
So when I say I'm going to meet the people's story, it's not politicized. But
Talibo KM tell after the Amula meet the people to. Talibo ko abe more than woman ke. I am telling you. I want to
come with your mail. It's not like that. All the citizens stadium will meet the people's store.
So the people that DM do they come with their mayors or their ministers?
Authority. Yes. You want to
yes.
Come to the meeting.
No. I will not go in as
meeting. Okay, let me help you here. I'm going to president will come more select many other more select for you to understand is the governor. Go to the coordinator. I have a concern for KM. KM we should have 2 meetings, Bundu and Bakau. Now me excuse no in Bundu. I excuse in Bakau. Yediam.
Karasigate.
Of course, the governor can
you facilitate that?
No, you can call the governor, not me. Call the governor. I'm not in governor office. Call him. Governor Bajela,
you will provide this contact. You provide this contact.
Of course, I can provide this contact to you. Call him. Okay, no platform. You disrespect the president. I know you will not do that. You have concern.
So you know I will not do that. Why would you have to caution me?
No. I don't know the concern of the concern.
He is skeptical.
And I will love Nene to be in that platform or podium. KM still concern for president of the city. I will love that.
As a resident of KM.
Yes. I will love that, and I want you to call the governor. Put your point. But I you see the year from Muda. You go president all about Foloko. Alcar commanding idea. President Bukoki.
Okay, time of battle.
You can't know the Syrian or the struggle. And the council of the Syrian struggle like Silvo. In the Facebook, a photo tell a quite a laugh in the when there is meeting, you don't want to even stop yourself from being that meeting. So it's a regional concern. It's for no reason.
Maybe
I'm not telling you for. Maybe opposition MP legend. Can you have it? Who are Sisi? Then in Yami, the Melakala. I mean, my friend, I'm even the MPs. Amad Bara opinion lang ala kero la bondi. Nde anatre banko bele bende ko be kele fendi. Ni ala manso ate kela. You have to understand that. Saying Amad Ba malaf dole ke dipitor biol mo dipitor. Fo da bulay. Amalaf dole muru je bal bi bu fa jele. So nyi mu fende me alo ko kana tawo. All these MPs.
Okay, can you wrap up?
Yes, all these MPs. When there is meeting, wallahi, now the Momo Nya the governor have a chance to lay dia. So for more wait. More nyanta tala je
ka foye ko ka
Honey,
foye
no understand. Honey, yeah, no,
for it all ka reach out ka foye ko meeting
no,
no
they don't
kela
reach out. So, what I say, even the lady councillors, this meet the people store. We the politicians most of the time, a bigger chance didn't have. Alkalul be the lady councillors. When there is mayor, I know 100% mayor be the
But mayor said
when there is MP,
how will mayor come there? Because you say you don't reach out.
I don't know because mayor is working with the governor. It only the CEO of the camp. Mayor
is working with governor.
He's working with the governor.
Or he should.
He should, yes.
Wow.
You understand? No can no at the Bediamulet. Baka, UDP DP Hassan. Now after Kadiama Bediamulet. I know that 100%. When you go to Bundung, this man never Suleiman be diable. Diamo better na to me to be down there ni mari fi be sumbara na but where was Muhammad? Muhammad was not where to fall. So I think this are politically motivated tour is let me just sit at home. You want the government also to waste their time to create document
Fafa ni wuru te bo abatu because ite konyeko inte nyanta tala governor ya
just call him.
Okay,
I will share his number to you.
Okay, so now yes. let's say the deputy Bundung bititobe sotology Bundung natara wo amanke NPP affiliate
yes
because NPP affiliate itolle be nyola abe activity so lonna bare natara wo mu doy MPLT right among affiliate aba lonna nyaadi mitinobe kala lunjub wait teyal so teyal am lu bare teyal dalal rek aba lonna mitinobe kala lun juma aba lonna mitinobe kala dula juma aba lonna mitinobe kala wati juma aba lonna nyaadi lako ndol laftala pour yenna ye kuma fo mitin dula aba lonna nyaadi
wonderful. You see, nim president finti da kada atola. Ait nari ka siare. Ite memu député in Bundung Kakunda. Along ko e kaja lako president on the meeting soto la Bundung Kakunda let's say on the 2nd of December. Ananda ka meeting soto ja. From there, ite alon ko now KM you have a coordinator in KM. Odulando anu kunun we had a meeting with the governor. Anyim fokani Suleiman be do ko wala. Bal Hassan amala be damen. These are things many are the opposition they
so
keep themselves.
Are you saying that
the opposition
wait, let's be clear. Are you saying that the itinerary was shared? Let's say there are 2 meetings in Bundung and Bakau.
That was
wait. Yes. So the itinerary is shared with both of them to notify them that the president is going to have a meeting in this place. That's what you're saying. Yes. And they also notify that in this meeting you'll be required to attend because you'll speak as the MP of the
wonderful.
That is how it is done.
That is how it's done. Okay. And they never want to respect that.
So what about ordinary
citizens? How the government can do that? Yes, the government wrote all this.
What about ordinary citizens? Ordinary citizens.
The coordinator wrote to the mayor.
Of course, he's supposed to be like.
So what about the ordinary citizens?
He's supposed to. You're not confirming that he has. You're saying he's supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's supposed to or he had?
No, I'm not working in his office, but he's supposed to.
Anyway, I'll discuss that.
So the government is telling everything. Even the budget.
Okay, we're closing. Sign, Ibedela, 2 minutes because time over. 2 minutes.
Ibedela. Misleading.
No. 2 minutes.
No, I'm not sure.
Okay, now you're misleading. 2 minutes. Ni muruta itela. Ya di bon.
Wonderful.
But it cannot interject because time over.
So Nene left I feel about the accumulable for jam and will for clear. I said, Cooking Lebeje, Wallahi Nene, I quoted a Mako. Neatara Nung, Yanko Tata FMB, no. Diamol make it out no. And Yakuba Nala Molitara would land no. Diamol make it a J, fit no killer. Ukena Mobe, to Yafai Senya. Right? President Diam Danyame, Minister Diam Danyame.
Aniko, yam going to follow the Diam Danyame. Disrespect to them. Another Karaje.
Did they write to Yankuba? Did the governor write to Yankuba?
No. what is the truth is, when they start the tour, to tell you the truth, they send letters to every council that the president is going to. I mean, let's make this very clear.
Wonderful.
They send letters to every council to request them the president is going to meet the people tour.
Yes.
That's the truth.
That
And
is
they
confirmed
send,
now,
they make sure they give all of them itinerary.
And the dates.
And the itinerary, get everything.
But then you know the dates change because even that.
They send letter not to the
That's what I'm saying. No, wait.
Not to the office of the chairman, but the office of the CEO.
Okay.
To make this, the office of the CEO, they send letters to the office of the CEO,
that's the proper channel.
not to the office of the chairman.
Yeah.
Okay. To make it very clear.
But that's the chairman. That's the procedure. Yeah.
That's the procedure.
Yeah.
But never down the follow the nature. Let's say what has just happened. For example, let's be very clear here. With all what it was with the president, because for example, President Milabada, I remember for the Naman Kayankuba Jabi. Because Niajibe, President Yankuba Mantara Jepon follow. President Diamo Bay in FMB, almost 30 minutes is all to respond Yankuba. When Yankuba was not even at the meeting. Yankuba respond from Ala Diamo like other places.
Wonderful.
The ministers also, the same thing. That's all what they all did. And attacks on the oppositions.
Right.
That was what they were doing there. Yeah. So if you are opening a platform to send an attack to the opposition, opposition to go and put yourself in the mix of those people. That is mean you are causing violence. And no violence caused gay. It's opposition. You are the one. Because you are the one who went to their call. Because you know that one. So, but
it's a national call.
Fafa, it's Fafa Njai.
No, Njai killer and they can
no,
it's a national call.
They send their letters, the itinerary, everything. Wonderful. No. Insan kalibillah wala talai. Fitina kelo mitungon. No. Hadama du wala dunda hadama du wala kon. Aman ke jato feeling. Ika ifai mol kon. President ko ifai mol ba on mol fitina be. President ko mandi. President ko ima ba fire fa ko ala kuma follow. Amen. President will right soto. Ni Yankuba was misleading the people of West Coast. Ni president a chance to put a CEO land. But I'm not against the president.
Wait. So Fafa, again, a question to you. Meet the people to my money, your money, right? Did we give that money to the president to go and stand on a platform in Birkama Purka Yankuba Jabi?
Akumayatale, Purka Yankuba Jabi. Because Yankuba was
that's the only platform the president can
President will not have that time. Yankuba go A, president will finish state house after B. But will not have that time. The only time as a member of our union. I mean, Yankuba will respect Yankuba as the chairman of the West Coast. Because we send you an invitation. In a invitation honor the city and the babu nyalan. Wallahi billahi ibabu nyalan.
Okay, Santa.
But you leadership first send a leader the bunya. And this is what UDP don't want to do. First a leader the bunya sirfo. Okay. This is the hard fact. Okay. Ni Yankuba okay can you imagine the concept Yankuba beje fitino beje. Fa Yankuba beje dole.
Fafa.
Yankuba beje dole. Ni Yankuba beje. Yankuba the president. You know not today. Now the series Yankuba president ba respect la billahi wala. Ni president ni Hussein buka kumol fa nyoka. Ni fitana nyoma buka nyohu. Fa buko jeja. These are politicians. They can see in their office, they can say anything. But these are man benyoka. We see them as a good friend. So this is what people have to understand. They are very disappointed. Kaloja Kafoko, ni Yankuba meeting with la fitino bekela. It came about and they mira lonya.
But are you equally
I'm very disappointed. You are a politician. Ndi ana yang kuma say politician, President Barrow say politician. You don't man say no meeting dula ni che bal fiti noy. I'm very, very disappointed. You should for you being the politician and come at Iva. Yeah, we make the president of the Jamhuri for the Leben. Ni mo na de be ru na kido. No.
Fafa, I do agree with you that fitino tekela. Ntenga mera ko fitino tekela. You understand?
Okay.
But would you also be equally disappointed that you use taxpayers' money to go and respond to an individual? Is that not a disrespect and a disappointment? Why should I?
I'm very, very disappointed about Silvo. They are a Silvo politician and me alone.
Okay, sahi ide. Boja na.
So ayamo ile akonka ay fanya memfo ay filbanti akumul mo fanya okay asina asa bala kwa dobala ko so be jama ko kaya
sa na bala boje di am
good, great. And Fafa, it's okay, you are handling well.
Just for you to satisfy.
No, it's not really, you know,
We think Namirako, midway people store. Amante kuti me ala mankumaya. Bare a Kenya nyanta falin nyanta ka update le.
Wonderful.
You understand? Peru I more general serve because at the moment is serving NPP more. That's why we are talking about the politicization. Because ning atara meet the people's store is to find out about more la problemo. We should be seeing people talk who are not politicians. What is the Minister of Works saying about Brikama when you have VDC in Brikama? When you have WDCs in Brikama? When you have the chairman in Brikama? These are the people that should come and say what is directly affecting them. What about the market vendor? So I think for me, chance should be given to those people more.
Okay.
And the presidency and or the government should be more or less listeners than responders or so on. You know, so that new artage abemako kerale. You know, we think that should be what we should consider.
That's true.
More.
That's
yes.
Right.
I think I can align with your opinion because
very good.
I'm one of the advocates of expunging that provision in the Constitution.
I'm
one of the advocates. But I'll bring fan long about this meet the Gambian people talk. Nenemaje, it has served the Gambians better than the political institutions themselves. Well, I'm an advocate to expunge that particular provision from the Constitution because one, taxpayers' money has been expended on issues that are baseless. It is not a platform for political parties or political opponents to lambast each other. To me, it has defeated the purpose of the entire tour. Niaje, certain amount of money is budgeted, approved by the National Assembly. Alakumaya kamba, it has been approved. So let us use it judiciously to ensure I banko dingol fanan nafa, I banko mume fanan nafa. The president, what he has done for the Gambian people, everybody knows, is open. Amandere na kasain kan koteke in a platform like that. To ask people, it's not ordeal. The people know their problems, they know their constraints. Let them say it. And you listen, you have your technocrats, go back home and sit in your cabinet or whatever you call it, and then draft a blueprint on those issues of concern. And then implement. Niake Onyama, you don't even need to mobilize people. People mobilize themselves for you. But Niko, ni carry ni kumo for nding ajabi, ningo franco ngajabi. At the end of the day, it's like throwing bullets and another person receiving bullets. How long shall we be in this kind of state? As a nation, I think we have to have a headway and have a direction to move this country the way we want it. And it's all based on the present government because that's what we have for now.
Yes,
we will not talk about Jame, we will not talk about Jawara, we will not talk about the next coming government. We are talking about the present government because that is what we are in. to salvage the overall socio-economic development is the concern of every politician. In fact, the reason why we have opposition parties, it is to serve as watchdogs. To see that Atol Kamenke is not the right way, Alketen, to give that direction so that as a nation to move. I'm going to come to lambast each other, no, that's not the intent. But again, in this Memfono, Gambia opposition has to be more aware now. In as much as this kind of situation, Akanale, whereas the president is being given power, opportunity to canvass for votes and all those stuff. In the Fana City, we don't have that opportunity because in the constitution there is nothing created for us as meet the people. We have not been given subvention funds like other countries like Ghana. But in in our own home, yes, it has been given to us. The opportunity has been given to the state. And who is the head of state is President Barrow. And his political party is the NPP. They have that opportunity in Mosoto. So we also have to come together and have something, a strategy, it will also take us up there to get the Gambians to know what is actually happening. Because all I see, it's not what is the reality on the ground. It does not portray the reality of the ground. But what? To canvass for votes, people will be listening and say, issues if you even forget about them. So I'm calling on every Gambian to back the opposition to ensure we have a better Gambia. Thank you all for your kind attention.
Okay.
Before he comes, I've never seen government come up with a report of the Meet the People talk.
That report
Now what we are trying to say, what we are trying to explain is, look, Fafa, no, allow me.
No, it's a good point, of course.
What I'm trying to say is, Madu,
report that we publish.
Fafa, today if we ask the government, what stands as the major demand across all the regions in terms of percentage, how many speakers, what did they speak about? What was the concentration?
They will tell you nothing.
They are just using Yemen based on what they perceive, but there is no data collated. Now, if there is data collated and they publish it and they give their action points, it will also help us to hold them accountable more. Okay, this has been achieved, this has been, that's just an addition. That could have been something that they should be doing.
I think that's
So if balance has, this government may follow on
that's
that.
more or less a recommendation. It's a good practice.
So Fafa Reye okas bopa bir hamal ne danu.
No, Ablaila point is very, very good point. Coming, Bayo can to remove this Meet People stuff from the budget.
No,
I don't buy that idea.
Yeah, you would not buy that idea.
That's a bad idea. One thing I know, they can consider the opposition's party. They can cater something for them. But any day or any year they did that, we will have 100 political parties in this country.
But it's okay.
No, that's not okay. That's not okay. No. Maybe they can categorize
in Ghana, there's submission for different but we don't have other parties in Ghana.
No, it's different.
We don't have other parties in Ghana.
We see some of the some political parties here. When you go for election, they cannot even have total of 20,000.
But these are all the political parties you have with you guys.
You said?
All those political parties have with you guys.
That's why I said we can categorize.
So that problem
any
is solved.
political party that is having, let's say, 5% of the total vote. Yeah, the government may consider that.
But before you have 5%,
because they also have right to go and sensitize their people.
Perfect.
I buy that idea.
Perfect. Before you have 5%, you contest. But if you don't contest at all, you won't even have a percentage.
How many political parties in this country who are not contesting at all?
There are many.
We have about 20-something. Maybe
we have
about half of them who never contested.
It's only 6 that have contested.
Last election.
6.
So look at that.
6 out of 22.
So do you think the government will give them some chop of money every year?
And that's why we are saying the ones that will always go to the ballot box, you consider those ones. The ones that are affiliated like boards.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Like you guys. We're not talking about those ones.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
But
after the tour, the government also may write a report.
Yes,
they can do it.
Your suggestion has been adopted right away.
It's a good opinion.
Your suggestion has been adopted right away.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, that's not a problem.
Ibe kumo kumfala munela.
The topic is very, very complicated. No, because this victim quo, now for the is always a they are affected.
We will talk about it because they've been forgotten. That's why we will have to talk about it.
Victims only consider. because you know more let many.
No, they should not be considered. They should be prioritized.
Of course, they can.
Let's use the right word. You cannot consider them because they are a chunk of very important people.
It's very important.
You prioritize them.
They can prioritize the victim.
Thank you.
Or victim center. So you move further. I don't know how to sakunda fanambo keka. Wala sab they have these concerns. Ngalong ali damendo. Wala sab masakunda. Na don't know how they will prioritize the victim. You move further me ala kumata. Masakunda nanda kaloje. And I will also at least advise the president. Now trust audience signal with this victim center. Now okay we kumale ba victim soul. Kuma kaomen ka for banda. Let's say opposition or kuma kaomen. E wa je president fombo o clear and no la nyumole. Ni president ko be kumala ba because ni victim ko opposition or be campaign o ke kan alale. Iba ke kan alale ya jame nyineke barona rana da kalma ko ya hayna sirin jala salary mu nyina. Ni man defend me alongo you have to compare it. O man na fola. Tonya ni victim so ani baro mol be jel meni ala yelo mol be jel meni ala kan related so ananta ke ma ko masa lo na fo masakunda e ma
camera jube ya fo itenim baro yeddi amu ni victim ko afo amen
o bu fenet me ala ko nalo no ko no ko mo fa ando ay no masakunda be e ba ko ni comme ya fa nyame ba prioritize la akuma ta ba ñun mu mol let meni ala ko mol la ko mol foy to nyamo to nyante wo because nyaba la nyimba kunga mo ka campaign o ke victim so la nyum to na dem be nyine kala ba ni do le na do le be wasla nyimu fene de me alon ko nge consider because nyim victim so be all the political party and APRC me alon
but you know that is an opinion Fafa, that is an opinion yet.
It's not an opinion.
Wait. The only government that is sitting after all this atrocity, after all these victims, is this current government. So we haven't seen anybody else who has campaigned on them and come and did otherwise. So we can only talk about the one that we have who has campaigned on them and did not do it.
That's true. Masakunda ya try iye makoi. Victims so be opposition party tole, ebe ruling party to, ebe ruling coalition. This is Gambian's problem.
Exactly.
Amanche ko party la problem found. Gambia no be the problem. So come ya fanyame, ndefana memma Sakunda Danila. Has the NPP supporter and affiliated to this government, I will advise them to consider this.
No, advise President.
I don't like the word consideration.
Okay, to consider the.
It's not like you have to consider.
No, you know, consider them too means.
No. It's like no.
Because you are not considering. You have to prioritize them.
Exactly.
Prioritize.
Not that's consideration. Consideration is out of it.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. No,
yes, so exactly. There's no consideration
any
about
amount short. Asiada for mobile ka asiada elanyan tole.
Thank you, Fafa.
Baramo jara no soko me alonko a lusta ala wulula.
Thank you, Fafa.
But there what I sabi fana ka call to a compensation because ide mo jara no. Be the mojo no la.
Fafa abaraka bake time bantale fereng exactly be programme kum fala jang bari men kum mayata fo kum mayata wolem ko ntol ngalon ko nyinul be bataring ibe fakang ibe kumbokan andul illafita makoyrola yena san andun jumala nyante makoyla nyi mansakunda le nyante makoyla jumala nyante ila naka lañ ko hay naka yo rongoñ ñaajiyo fitala ñi mansakunda la ñanta ila ñaajiyo fitala parce que min be ketel la ak ketel la yena san pour que ñing mansakunda sendi wala tin mansakunda ñante prioritize la andu wokum ma yatale baake li olof di wax rek lim saf ki ko macca ko xam yéen la seen bokkay dee yéen la seen bokkay laagu yéen la seen bokkay réer yéen la seen bokkay daal lu nekk feebar ba tey di ko jànku wanteel kon yéen it yéen a war a am fula fayda gu ni pari ngeen taxaw xeex li nga xam ne mooy seen ak seen yelleef ngeen make sure ne ki leen ko mun a jox understand nga kooku ngeen di mun a jëflanteel ku leen ko joxut na ngeen won ko ne joxuloo ñu ko wax nga ñu waxeet te defuloo ko loolu des na ci yéen victime yi ñun advocate rek lañ leen mun a defaral te dinañ continuer di def loolu noonu parce que ñu bokk ci bokkuñ ci ñun ñëpp benn lañ Gambia lañ bokka te Gambia benn boppa la kenn mënu koo xar ñaar opposition nag not opposition political parties nag lu leen arrangé la ñoo ñëw di leen wax te bam leen arrangé lañ koo def waxtaan nañ ko fii man xam naa ne dara dina yëngu xam naa ne dara dina defu xam naa ne ñi war a jóg dinañ jóg waaye nag buñ jóg rek because dañ ko bëgg a use pour political points and for the optics nañ ko def because of dañ am see ne the plight of this victim needs to be taken care of and then ñu def loolu noonu for sustainability not a one off di jaajëfal ñi nga xam ne laa bokkal plateforme bi ne di jaajëfal Uncle Kebba Jome mi nga xam ne moo ñëw séddoo ñun seen ay texa seen ay jafe-jafe mbébét yi nga xam ne mooy victimes yi ñoo séddoo ak ñoom kon am na solo lool dinañ ko indiwaat na pour ñu gën a xuus gën a dugga ci biir waxtaan yooyu noonu ak lépp li nga xam ne mooy xew foofu noonu kon di leen jaajëfal rek di jaajëfal ñi nga xam ne ñooy dooleel programme bi ni njëkkee ko si Kër Fayda ñoom ñuy yëngu ci yëfi jënda sampa kër jaay kër ma seen xel màcc ci lool ñu mun ko lool te bugga ko képp ki nga xam ne jëflante ngaa ñoom amuloo ci benn réccute kon di ñaax ñëpp ñi nga xam ne am nañ soxla bu mel noonu ñu jokkoo ak Kër Fayda di jaajëfal APS ñoom tam si yëfi xaalis la ñuy yëngu transfert képp koo xam ne foo mun a nekk ci wall bi nga bëgg a seen xaalis downloadal seen app bi di nga mun a yónnee foofu xaalis am nañ a wallet boo xam ne da nga fay denc xaalis saa yoo ko soxlee nga use ko nga yónnee nga joxe ay yooyu noonu si wallet bi tamit mun nga faa jënda jaayam jënda mun ngaa jox ni xaalis fay ticket fay taxi driver lépp loo xam ne joxe wante xaalis la mun ngaa use the APS app ak APS wallet bi nga def ko foofu noonu ñu am link boo xam ne rek pour jaajëfal ñi nga xam ne ñooy use seen plateforme yi link bi boo ko yónnee képp ko mën a yónnee bu ko user yónnee xaalis yow mi ñi ko yónnee link bi APS ñu ne nañ la jaajëfal ci li ñuy wax junne ak juróomi téeméer $1,500 kon loolu neex na imagine dal nga yónnee 10 links link boobu noonu yëpp ku ñu use ko yónnee xaalis di nga ci mën a am link bu nekk $1,500 kon loolu noonu business yi boppam rek la boo xam ne nit mun na cee dugga kon di leen fàttali tamit ne suñ stars yi mu ngi on boo leen di seetaan rek mun ngeen ñëw may stars ngir kontaan ci programme bi stars yooyu dafa wécceekuutu xaalis bi dafa dooleel programme bi kon am na solo ngeen dooleel plateforme bi nga xam ne dinañ bub di continuer di ñëw di toog fii nii di leen jox li ngeen bugga ni ngeen ko buggee ak waxtu bi ngeen ko buggee di jaajëfal ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekk ci gannaaw machine yi Charles Elvit Ngom Sam Bojang naka lañ ko doon waxatee sax coordinateur bi Siré Dramé Fat Sila ak coordinator of the Grand Bantaba Kasa Fati di jël nuyoo bi yëpp jaarale ko ci borom kër gi di Fatou Touré bu baax bi kon di leen dig daje beneen ajuma ak beneen guest beneen grand show right beneen grand guest till we come your way again it's your queen Nene Frida Gomez Juma Mubarak.
Welcome to Kir Madam Sanyang, bottom Sweden. This is another Kid Finder masterpiece. Let me take you through it. The first thing that really blew my mind about this house is the crafted seating area just around the car garage. Amazing. And the door is soundproof and transparent. I can't wait to see the rest of it. And now we inside. Look at the living room and how spacious it is. Kid Finder, y'all always outdoing yourself. And we now at the kitchen area, and you can see me doing my flexibilities and the drawers are so spacious, and then they have a gas cooker. What else to see? Let's go. Now we in the guest room. Look at how big this guest room is. Super big and nicely decorated. And they have a guest bathroom as well. Man, I can't wait to see the master bedroom. Okay, here we go. We in the master bedroom. Look at how big and spacious this is. And look at how big and spacious the master bathroom is as well. Kid Finder, man, you guys are always doing it right. And now, let me take you outside a little bit. Let me check my swagger up in this. You can tell I'm killing it on the runway. So now let me take you at the back. They have a swimming pool. My God, look at how spacious this swimming pool is. I can't wait to really jump inside, to be honest. And they have a Bantaba sitting area as well, so you can just chill and have a good time with family and friends. And then they have swings for children or couples. This is the right spot, trust me. And this house is just next to Kir Madam Seka. up your sleeves for our next gated community. What is this gated community going to look like? Because Kid Finder, they always coming up with this special, amazing stuff that we don't even think about. So I really cannot wait for it. So in case you're interested, you can just call 417-2215 for more information. And disclaimer, this property is not for sale, has an owner and not open for viewing. Kid Finder is here for you.
Nyatimbo ntemu APS leti. Ndemu APS leti. APS Gambia lemu APS ti. Katun APS is 100% Gambian.
Bari nyatimbo ete kufuri mbala kentala di. Ke nyatimbo ntari taba futuola. At least it ya fonte ko APS min kullo balbiji. Imo fon fonya fon ka fonyo ko ibina do ibodo ko APS jam fane mo fana fonya nyatimbo. Yo min fo enta sija. Ndanga moyro ko APS wallet isa kodo kinu. Min tata fa wuli muang ime charge fenna wala nta sindija
ako natimbo nko yiko kabo transuto kata wala fa wuli muang ite fenne dola womu zero file bitun kabo wo 20,000 la ka selesan ike tamun ike charge mun fa abuka fensi 1% da malam bati
wota yara gabe no be nyanta wala kana APS wala tele mobile ko ka kodo ki ibadi ngol
yajele ni APS kabrin nan credit koto bari min kum mayata be wala fango kas pawat din suto be during suto be dibining abe tema biti kol sonda ila APS mobile lo sika ni asika don ya safe da men ko 24 ndi nawek ha ni oto je nyamen don tachi ama ni ama don abanta ila kas power isa hawafima ajibe free joriti je
wata mbade ngameno albe sito wulle fisiyata alna leta APS wallet yela lam baylo kon APS wallet nyaata doro bari koto nim fata do suwo kon to ru
ni be fono le mol nyaala jam nim fata do suwo kon ba fole
ba siti jembita ndo register jede katu sa APS 100% namundi
APS 100% APS Gambia 100%.